He's escorted tonight by his father, Wade, his mother, Lynn, and sister, Macy. Number 8, Cameron Sargent. He's escorted tonight by his mother, Nicole Newton, father, Kenneth Sargent, and sister, Taylor Sargent.
Yeah, I can hear you. You can't hear me.
Number 10, David Perkins. He's escorted tonight by his mother, Patrice, father, David, brothers, Devin, and brother, Keon Gibbons.
Oh, yeah, okay. Like that? More. Oh, okay.
Number 13, Aaron Davis. He's escorted tonight by his mother, Chantea, father, Donnie, brother, Jalen, sister, Zaria, and uncle, Michael McLaurin. Number 15, Larry Davis, is escorted tonight by his mother, Latasha Stewart, stepdad, Steven Stewart, and brother, Devin. Number 16, Nick Young, escorted tonight by his father, Kevin, mother, Lisa, and sister, Rachel Sims. Number 23, Cameron Pear, escorted by his mother, Carrie, and father, Reginald Pear Sr.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Number 25, Derek Green, escorted tonight by his mom, Rebecca, dad, Lauren, and brother, Chris.
I should go take a picture.
Mute Wes. Hit Wes's mute button over there.
He is muted.
There you go.
28, Eduardo de la Cruz, escorted tonight by his mother, Blanca,
All right, are you ready?
sister, Christina, and brother, Antonio.
Antonio came back in town.
Here we go. Ready, Freddie?
Number 29, Jesse Hightower, escorted by his father, Jay, mother, Katrina, and sister, Casey.
Let me get it streamed here. Here we go.
Number 31, Johnny Rogers, escorted by his father, Johnny, mother, Erica.
I'm Jeff Green with Garnett Pell here atop Tommy Briggs Stadium in the Colony, Texas for your pregame show. Last game of the season for you Cougar fans. We're looking forward to a good game between the Colony Cougars and the Little Elm Lobos. Little Elm Lobos sitting at 4-5 on the season. Your Colony Cougars at 8-1. Win tonight. They are the outright district champions and don't have to share that honor with a devoted foe in Frisco. Garnett, how do you see things going tonight? Other than the fact that it's going to be a gang fight and a football game is going to break out at some point.
Well, you know, these two towns are notorious when it comes to this football game or any sport in general. You know, I go back to last year where the game was crazy. It comes down to a 4th and 1 at the 1 yard line. And, you know, Mikey fumbles the ball as he's going in. We all are cheering, and then all of a sudden we see the ball coming out, and, you know, we lose on the fumble. And the last, you know, basically last play of the game. And you know, a brawl could break out at any point in the game. It's just one of those ball games.
Well, I'm hoping tonight these kids have. I'm gonna say they were perfect, but they've done a pretty good job of keeping themselves in check this year, and I'm hoping that tonight they can continue that trend against the Lobos. You know, this game is an emotional thing every year. It's senior night tonight, These kids have something to prove and be the outright district champions tonight.
And it's been a while since we've been outright
Well-
district champs.
well-
we've shared a few, and these kids have come a long way. Had a, from last season, we lost we lost our quarterback going into the season. Mikey stepped in, did a tremendous job, trying to get this team over the hump. We made it to the playoffs. This team this year has come in, coach and have done what the coaches have asked them to do. And they've played really well on both sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. We had some kids that came in while our special teams kicker was injured for a while there. So they've really developed this year. They've had a good season. We talked about last year where they weren't keeping their heads. They were getting these silly penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct at crucial times in the ball game. This year they've controlled that temper, and I know tonight is going to be one of those emotional ball games, and I hope they play really well and keep that edge as long as keeping their cool.
Well, so to make matters worse tonight, Little Elm comes in with 3 wins in district, along with 3 other teams. Those 3 teams, their fate somewhat rests in their own hands, but also in the hands of at least one other school in district for them to make the playoffs.
Correct.
So Little Elm is a must-win for them to have an opportunity to go to the playoffs. Colony Cougars are playing for the sheer pride of being the sole district champion tonight. Well, that and kicking Little Elm's tail. So combined, Little Elm's got a lot of skin in the game tonight.
They do.
And I suspect they're going to come out like a bunch of wild Lobos and be fired up and ready to go tonight.
The pack is going to be ready to play, let me tell you. And, because of the way the UIL aligns, they take the top 4 teams in every district to the playoffs. So this district, by them being 3-3 in district, is wide open for and what you like to see, going down to the wires. Everybody has the opportunity to make it to the playoffs.
Yep, no doubt about it. So let's go down the stat sheet. Let's compare these 2 teams right quick. You got the Lobos at 4-5 overall, 3-3 in district, 3-2 at home, and 1-3 away. And then you look at the Colony side of the football. They overall 8-1, 6-0 in district, 4-0 at home, 4-1 away. This team has the ability to break the game wide open at any point in the game. They've got a few trick plays up their sleeve, which we've seen a few of.
Yeah.
And they can execute those trick plays. They have the ability to get down the field. They can run back punts. They can run back kickoffs. They've got a ton of speed on this team, and they're very deep in the running back core as well as the receiver core. You've got 4 very well-rounded receivers in Miller, Price, Gonzalez, and Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
3 guys that have got it done all year long when they needed to, and even when they didn't need to. Key to that receiver core being successful tonight is don't throw the ball to them. You got to keep it away from them. They've got to go to the ball and make the catch, or it's a crap throw.
Oh, don't say it like that.
To compound matters, this is the first night that they're going to play in cold weather.
Yeah.
They're going to have to adapt to that tonight. Mikey's may have to take a bit of pace off the ball so they can catch it in this cold weather, especially down the stretch when they're going to be cold. They're going to have ice cubes for hands. Things are going to stiffen up, and it's going to hurt when they get hit tonight.
Yep.
That's true on both sides of the football.
But the good thing about tonight, I agree with you. The good thing about it is it's cold, but they've played in cold before. These kids have been outside.
They have, and frankly,
it's not raining, though. That's the key.
The games that they have performed the best in historically have been really cruddy weather games.
Yes.
In fact, they came up big against Prosper last year in Prosper in a night where everybody was frozen.
Right.
To include Prosper. And these kids came through with flying colors. So
let's hope that doesn't have anything to do with.
That's absolutely right. Let's hope that doesn't come into play tonight. But we know that they can play in bad weather.
Yeah.
And it came up with a big win in the with the 3-second trick play at the end of the game at Toyota Park. to essentially, if they win tonight, come away with a district championship. So they have the ability to play. They have the ability to come up big, and they've shown, for the most part, the ability to control their emotions when things get thick.
That's true.
Now tonight, all bets are off. I mean, you can bet yourself that at the coin toss, these two teams are going to be talking smack.
Yeah. I'm sure they've already talked smack during warm-up.
Oh, I'm sure they've already been texting smack for the last 3 weeks. So you know social media's ripped with smack.
Well, I was getting ready to say, you know it's been on there. And you know the pep rallies this morning at the schools were, you know, probably on fire, and I don't even want to describe what they probably were saying, but you know the teams are ready to play. The emotions are going to be high.
No two ways about it. No two ways about it. This game is charged on both sides of the football. The Colony Cougars, however, last week flattened out in the odd quarters, came to play in the even quarters. Tonight they got to come to play in all 4 quarters.
Yeah, this is going to be a 4-quarter football game. And what you want to do to a team like this, you do not want to give them a chance of life or hope that they can be in this ball game. You've got to come out. This is senior night. This is your last night at your home stadium, and you want to come out and put this team away. You know, you want to go out. You have control of your destiny as far as district, as far as putting yourself in a good spot for the UIL playoffs. You want to take full advantage of that tonight against a subpar team. Now, they've scored some points, but you – and you don't want to say because the game has to be played on the field, but on paper, you have the dominant kids, statistics, you name it, you are the top in the area against this ball team.
Put all that aside. Put all that aside, because at the end of the day, the Lobos are going to come out here and they're going to play way over their heads. They do every year. We saw that last year when we went up to Little Elm. And we should, on paper, we were twice the team they were, and they put the whoop on us.
And it came down to turnovers,
and personal fouls.
Emotions and personal fouls. And if we can overcome that tonight, you know there's going to be some turnovers. It's just no two ways about it. That's just how football goes.
Well,
but if you can control the emotions on senior night and play your ball game, you should come out with the W.
Well, I want our guys to put their foot on their neck and step on it real hard, real quick here in this ball game. I want to get up 3, 4, 5 possessions so our seniors can get out there and play some ball.
And I don't want to take the foot off the throttle.
I don't either.
I want to put as much points on the board as possible.
But you know, the Colony Cougars have got to come out fired up tonight.
They've
got to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They don't have a series to get throttled up. They don't have a series against the Lobos to let them draw first blood. They got to come out firing on all cylinders. Period. So let's go down the leaderboard here on the Colony Cougars. Rushing, you got Jaden Abdallah, who's leading the team with 119 yards a game. You got passing yards, obviously, per game is Harrington at 224 yards. Total yards per game, Harrington leads the team at 233 yards a game. And then we've got a host of guys down in the Miles Price points per game. Miles Price points per game is 16. Single-handedly, he's scoring 16 points a game.
That's huge.
Unbelievable.
But the thing I like about that, we have all these stats, but it makes this team that much more dynamic. We started out, you knew last year Abdallah was going to get the ball. You knew last year Miller was going to get the ball. You knew last year they were going to throw a swing pass out to Price. You knew they were going to I'm trying to think. A couple of seniors that graduated last year. But this year, you just can't key on those 1 or 2 people. they have a whole slew of people that the teams have to now scheme for, and it makes this offense just fun to watch, and 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 how they get up and down the field. They can hit you with the big play. They can control the clock. They can take it, 10, 12 play drive. Just so many things they can do with this offense.
No two ways about it. And so the Lobos, well, and last week they did a little bit better job closing down the box up the middle of the field, but we're still really soft on the flat and across the middle. They're going to have to shore that up before we get into the playoffs, because you know that the better teams are going to exploit that against the Cougars. But tonight, I don't know what the Lobos look like in terms of the passing side of the football. But the problem is, Garnett, the Cougars this season, when they get up 2-3 possessions, even sometimes one possession, they get up a touchdown, they start to soft pedal a little bit in the secondary. They've got to keep the pressure on these guys tonight, cover them up, and make them catch the football. The other thing they've got to stop doing is this notion of knocking the ball loose.
Right.
They got to knock the ball loose when they knock the receiver into next week.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how they get the ball loose, not by punching at it and grabbing arms and stuff. We gave up 2 scores last week because we tried to grab a football and not the player holding it.
Right.
So they've got to solve that problem. I mean, that is a problem, and you can practice it, you can talk about it all you want, but at the end of the night, there's one dude out there that's there to make the stop, and if he can't get it done, it's 6.
Yeah, and that happened to us. Yeah, like you said last week, a couple of times. We were interested in trying to strip the ball instead of making the tackle. You got to make that tackle and come back and be ready to play the next down. And if you don't get the tackle, there was nobody else back there, and they were scoring touchdowns. So what you need to do, like you said, is not the receiver, the ball away from the receiver, or you be a ball hog and you go get the ball. A couple of chances we had chances to get the ball, and we just flat missed it. So, that's going to be a key tonight, is if we can not give up those long plays and make those tackles, those sure tackles when we have the chance to.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can give up a play here and there, but you can't consistently let them march down the field, which is what happened last week. Especially in that third quarter, man, we came out asleep at the wheel from halftime, and it turned brutal real quick there, quite frankly. If they hadn't woke up in the fourth quarter last week, could have been a different ball game.
Yeah, and then you'd be looking at trying to fight just to keep a share of district.
Yep. So as you look down in the Colony, for those of you who don't know, in the new districting, the Colony is in what they call Division 1, being the by enrollment a bigger 5A school, and then schools like Reedy and the other half of the Frisco district that are in a different district from the bulk of the Frisco high schools, they are in the D2 district, or the smaller school 5A bracket. So did you say that they already had a, who is it, Mansfield, West Mansfield? Man, our statistician back here is asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, I think I was trying to find the UIL bracketing.
Well, I got the bracket up, but it doesn't show the games filled in yet. But they've already determined our opponent in the first round.
They have?
Yep.
All you have to do is find district.
We're in Region 2, right?
Division 2.
No, Region 2.
Are we in Region 2?
Yeah, we're Division 2. We're in Division 1, Region 2. So the Colony Cougars come out tonight, have their work cut out for them. The Lobos, just from from the warm-ups we kind of had a brief glimpse of. The Lobos are a big team. Physically speaking, they probably outgun the Colony Cougars man for man across the line. Colony doesn't have a lot of tall kids on the front line, either defense or offense this year. Lobos look like they've got height in abundance, as well as just some big old corn-fed boys out there. So it's going to be critical for them tonight to come in and control the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Colony Cougars this game here
is that if we stay in first place
are going to
No, we will be the first place seed regardless because we
already beat.
beat
So,
Lone Star. So
coming in-
even
so
if
it
we
doesn't
tie
matter. Even
them,
if we
we will
co-
be number 1 seed.
Okay, I'm with
And
you.
so I'm guessing, based on tiebreakers, Mansfield Timberview will be 4th seed out of their district,
yes. Yeah.
6-5A, and so we play them next week. Now, question is where?
so they'll determine that. The coaches will get together and figure out neutral site, right? So
That would normally be the
looks
case.
like the Colony will be playing
be
Mansfield
Next Friday at 7.
Mansfield Timberview next Friday, 7 o'clock. We'll know the location after this game when the coaches talk, probably tomorrow
Pound on your own.
or Sunday, and figure out a neutral site for that ball game. So it'll be Mansfield Timberview next week in the first round of the playoffs for the Colony Cougars. So they really need a good showing tonight against the Little Elm Lobos. They need to come out under poise, not lose their cool, control the line of scrimmage, and control the clock and ball tonight. They need ball control.
Mansfield played last night against Highland Park and lost.
lost.
That's how they know they're the 4th seed.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. We were in that Holland. So 5 and 6 will play out of Region 2.
Well, it's by district, so
Yeah, but we're Region 5, and Highland Park and all of them are in Region 6 5A.
district 6-5A.
Yeah, 6-5A
right, that's
district.
That's
Yeah.
why I sent you the picture is to show you
Those
5-5A and 6-5A.
yes.
And so, based on look at the cue for the pictures. So yeah, we have our opponent for next week because we will be the number 1 seed regardless. And then I have nothing.
So the
Now, on the plus side of them doing senior night like this, it zipped through the announcements. Now the backup is the cue of taking pictures. So we will eventually call our mater.
So they're going to drag the tombstone back over to the corner of the field and get ready to get these teams out here and get the coin toss. And they've finally finished up senior night activities here at Tommy Briggs Stadium. Stadium's starting to fill up. It's a cold night. Come out and watch your Colony Cougars' last home game this year in the regular season. They'll go into the playoffs next week. Colony Cougars looking good this year. If you hadn't been out to see them actually play a ball game, you're missing a treat. They've got some talented athletes on this team, and they're not afraid to show them off every week. So come on out tonight. Plenty of room to sit. If you huddle up under a blanket, should be okay. Doesn't look like it's going to get wet, so it's just going to be a little bit of a chilly night here at Tommy Briggs Stadium as the Colony Cougars get ready to take on the Little Elm Lobos. The Lobos at 5-4. Your Colony Cougars sitting at 8-1 on the season, losing only to Frisco Reedy early second game of the year. Reedy being a D2 team, so they won't see them in the playoffs at all. But was basically a game lost on turnovers. Colony definitely has the manpower to take Reedy down the stretch, and I think they can hang with about any team in the state right now if they stay under control. They control the football, watch the time clock, and the defense pulls up and loads up the box, and they stay man coverage. They're hard to beat.
They are hard to beat, and They have a lot of skilled players on both sides of the ball. A couple of players go both ways, but even if they don't go both ways, there's some juniors and seniors that are capable of controlling the ball game as well. Lots of athletes all over the field for the Colony Cougars. Only thing that can stop the Cougars is the Cougars. Like you said, if they keep their head about them and play smart football, possess the ball, this team can go a long way.
Just a little bit of a side note. Jaden Abdallah has signed with Missouri State Bears. He'll be going there next year as a freshman, and they play in the that's an NCAA Division I B team. So they're playing NDSU, the 9-time national champions tomorrow. So the Bears will get they'll get their shot at NDSU tomorrow, but and I hope for the Missouri State they're playing in Missouri and not in North Dakota because it is cold in North Dakota right now. But the good news is NDSU has an indoor facility, so they'll be playing in the dome at NDSU up in Fargo, North Dakota. So Jaden Abdallah looked to maybe even get to see him down here in Frisco, Texas, in a championship game.
Yeah, they still play those over in Toyota
Park. Yep. So it's exciting for him to go off and play football next year for the Bears. But tonight he's got to get it done for the Cougars, and no reason why that can't happen. And the other thing that's encouraging about this team, we've had injuries from Abdallah, from Price, from several of the key playmakers, and they've been able to backfill with kids that are as capable down the stretch as the starters. So that's always a good sign.
Yeah, and that's why you really like this team. No two ways about it. They're deep at a lot of positions, and kids that play the key positions get a lot of playing time, which bodes well for this team going into the playoffs. A lot of experience, game time experience helps when you get to the playoffs.
So down the stretch here, though, we've got some big key playmakers on the offense. You've got Harrington, obviously, at the quarterback spot. He can run the football as well as throw it. He's been pretty good this year throwing the football, not too many interceptions or picks down the line, so he's been pretty steady there.
Man, don't jinx us, man. I'm going to knock on some wood over here for you.
He's throwing to a receiver core that, by and large, makes up Price, Gonzalez, Miller, Perkins. Every once in a while, Simmons comes in that role, and then, on those rare occasions, we get to see Benji Nelson come in. And
his brother was huge last year for us.
Yeah, no two ways about it.
Nelson's have been around for a while.
And so we've got a productive receiver core. Any one of those kids can break the game wide open. Then you go to your running back core. You got Price, you got Abdallah, you've got Baker. Now Mora is in play at the fullback spot. Maybe he'll be in there more tonight. So got a fairly deep running back core of kids that can come in. Gonzalez can come in and run the football. Simmons can come in and run the football. So they've got a plethora of kids that they can put in to carry the rock and get the thing down the field.
That's
in
true.
A pinch to give the starters breathing room, let them get taped up or whatever needs to happen to get them back out on the field. We're not just down and out like we've been in years past where our main horse goes down and we're done. So that's a huge change here in this team this year. The depth of play down the line on the offense.
That is true.
Big deal. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they've swapped some kids in and out of the secondary. They've swapped them in and out of the line at the defensive end position, and the backup guys come in and do as good a job, sometimes if not better, because they're fresh, than the starters. So
right.
So on the defensive side of the ball, they've got the same depth. So it's encouraging that the team doesn't hinge just on the health and welfare of a few, which is very encouraging and something different for the Colony Cougars. I think they're about ready to start here with the.
It looks like our seniors are going to get the chance to go out, and everybody's going to be a captain tonight.
Colony Cougars now about ready to go out and have a coin toss with the Little Elm Lobos. Little Elm Lobos are bringing out their whole stinking team, it looks like. Wow.
I think they're bringing their seniors out, looks like, too.
So the Colony Cougars are going to come out with a senior captain squad, and it looks like they're covering a single line of guys from 40 to 40 with 5 up front, or 4 up front for the coin toss. And man, the Little Elm Lobos have got some height on them. They've got some big old boys out here for the coin toss. Number 70, wow. I don't know what they're feeding that kid, but he's got to be 6'4", 6'5". He's looking down at every one of our captains. And number 88, got to be about 6'7".
He's huge.
Man, that kid is a monster. The top of his shoulders come to the top of the referee's head.
For those of you know, they're going to try to throw the ball up in the air to him.
You can't see this. Unbelievable. And our poor number little 54, I don't know who that is, but he comes up to number 88's armpit. Wow. So the Colony Cougars will be did Little Elm lose the toss, it looks like, and the Cougars picked a and it looks like the Lobos are going to take the ball in the first half, and the Cougars will take it in the second half as they defer. And we're getting ready to get this thing kicked off. The Colony Cougars will retire to their tunnel. Lobos likewise. The Lobo tunnel looks like it's on fire right now with the smoke coming out of that bad boy. Oh man, they either got a barbecue going in that thing or it's on fire. I'm not kidding.
Oh man,
that's a lot of smoke coming out of that dude. And
let's hope we're gonna have some grilling some wolves tonight, or some Lobo pack.
And the Colony Cougars now on the field as we'll take a pause here, get ready for this game to start. We'll end our pregame show. I'm Jeff Green with Garnett Powell in the booth tonight here for the final normal season ball game. Colony Cougars against the Little Elm Lobos here at Tommy Briggs Stadium. And we're sure to have a barn burner here tonight, folks. If you're not here, you need to come on out.
Come on out. We got the fair in the background for Veterans Day. So nice scene there. Got a good crowd out here. I know it's chilly. Come on out and hang out with us and listen to us online.
And we'll see you in a few minutes. We'll let you listen to the ball game and all that's going on on the field. That'll take us out of the national anthem, and we'll get ready to get this thing going. The ref squad at the middle of the field going to have their little huddle and then get this thing started. The Colony Cougars grouping for the kickoff on the sidelines. Lobos receiving team getting ready to get out there. And the Colony Cougars are getting ready to kick this thing off as the Cougars, again, 8-1 on the season, looking to close it out tonight with a big win at home. They're currently 7-0 on a 7-win streak here. Not to jinx anything, but
Man, you're throwing a lot of those out tonight.
they're looking good, and we're hopeful that the brawl will be at a minimum tonight, and that they can stay under control, contain the turnovers, control the line of scrimmage, and get out of this thing with a W. Cougars now coming out on the field as they get ready to line up for the kickoff. We got a different kicker tonight, don't we?
No, I think we got Alvaron.
Or it's just because he's bundled up. Colony Cougars in all black helmets with their numbers on the left side, logo on the right. All black, except for the gold numbers and Cougar Nation on their back and Cougars on the front. They'll line it up across the field. Alvaron needs to get a budget for a new pair of shoes in black and red kicking off. And here we go as the kickoff is away. It's a little squib down to about the 40, and it's caught and downed at the 39-yard line of the Little Elm Lobos. Why in the world we give them good field position right off the bat is beyond me. But the Colony Cougars are going to start up on defense here. Need a big stop here to put the Lobos in their place. The Lobos will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line as the Lobos come out. Most of the teams in this district are running a modified spread offense with a Lobos will come out in the T formation right off the bat. Out of the shotgun, they'll put 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, and they'll put a man in motion across the set to the short side. Snaps high, but fielded by the quarterback, and holy cow, they've got a chunky monkey running the football out of the backfield. They'll hand it to the left back, or right back, as he brings it back to the line of scrimmage. Met hard in the hole by number 32 of the Colony Cougars.
And was he met hard?
Holy cow, it looked like 2 Rams button heads out there. But let me tell you something. This kid, number 28, he's a stout one, man. He's going to punish somebody tonight. They'll come up now out of the normal formation, slot back to the right, tailback to the left, quarterback in the slot, and it'll be handed off to the tailback. He'll come around the right side. He gets a little bit of running room, and he's met by about half the Cougar defense at the Little Elm 44-yard line. They'll spot it at the 45. That was generous. It'll be 3rd and about 4 yards from their own 40-yard line as they make up about 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, let's watch these tall receivers out here against our, I don't want to say we're small, but
and the Lobos
we're
are going
stout, but they got some size over there on receiver.
They're going to put 2 wide outs to the left. Then they're going to put their tall man down at the bottom on the short side of the field. They'll line up on the right hash mark with the slot back to the right, tailback to right behind the quarterback. It'll be a quarterback keeper around the right side. He's got room to run, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
I don't know. I
think he's going to be a yard short.
So they may go for it if he's short. I think it's going to be it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1 from the Lobo 43, as they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a critical down for the Colony Cougar defense. They need to come up big here, Garnett. They have got to put some serious pressure on that backfield.
And they're doing kind of what Frisco did last week, run that corner away and then run to the side where the corner
and they're going
goes away.
They're going to pull a running quarterback in, different quarterback. They're going to bring him in out of the T formation. And
watch the ball, guys. Don't go for the fake.
And somebody just called timeout.
Yeah, Little Elm is going to think about it.
Little Elm's going to talk about it here as the Colony Cougars stack the box. Didn't look like they were going to give them much room as they put a lot of pressure and showed pressure before the snap of the football. And Little Elm forced to take a timeout. Forced to take a timeout in their first possession here. 10:21 to go in the ball game as the thing has just gotten underway. The Lobos at a critical decision point here. 4th and 1 from their own 43. And the Colony Cougar defense needs a really big stop to put the Lobos on their heels here early in this ball game. As the Lobos, with their first opportunity to move the chains here, they're going to put two wideouts to the short side of the field, one wideout to the wide side between the hash marks and the numbers. Out of the tee set, shotgun formation, snaps away. He's going to hand it to the left tailback.
He's going to get.
He met hard at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to power through for a gain of about 2, maybe 3, depending on where they spot the football.
Yeah, second effort.
They're going to move the chains, and that'll bring them down to the Colony Cougar 49-yard line, where the Lobos pick up first down, 1st and 10 from the Cougar 49 as the Lobos on the move, able to pick up that short yardage against the Colony defense, met by the whole defense in the hole, though. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, out of the tee. Shotgun formation, then put a man in motion across the set to the right side. Snaps away, they'll hand it to the big boy on the right. And he's going to, he barreled down, picked up about 7 yards on the carry down to the Cougar 42. Cougars are going to have to step up and make the hit in the hole here, Garnett.
Yeah, you can't give up yards like that on first and second down.
It's going to be.
Make them go those long distances and make it hard for them to get those first downs.
Going to be 2nd and 4th from the Cougar 43-yard line. Ball spot inside the the left hash mark as the Lobos come up to the line of scrimmage in the tee set. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Tall man to the right. They'll put the wideout in motion across the set. They'll hand it off to the right tailback again. He's going to push it forward and pick up another first down as the Lobos are basically just driving this thing down the Cougars' throats right now. They'll pick up first down at the Cougar 37-yard line.
Well, they hadn't thrown a pass all night tonight, or hadn't thrown a pass yet.
38-yard line.
And what they're doing is they're just sticking their running back behind those big boys on offense and just moving the pile.
So the Colony Cougars are going to have to come up with a big stop in the hole here. Need to apply some pressure and get this big Little Elm line out of the way. Little Elm comes up to the line of scrimmage, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Out of the tee again. They'll put the tailback. Bad snap over the quarterback's head. He's in trouble. And the Cougars will cover him up.
They get the ball.
They might have got that thing back. No, they're going to give it to the Lobos, but the Lobos now back at their own 46-yard line on a high snap over the quarterback's head. He has to scramble for it. Tried to pick it up, and it cost him a yard or 2 as he goes down on it at the 47-yard line is the spot. So it's going to be 2nd and, 10, 20,
23.
23?
Yeah.
No, 24. 25 yards. 23 yards. So 2nd and 23 from the Lobo 46.
You know they're going to have to pass
47-yard line.
Look out for the little screen.
In a hole, the Cougars have got to look alive here and not let anybody get loose in the secondary. Out of the shotgun, slot back to the right, tailback to the left, and Lobos.
They're going to call another timeout.
They're going to take another timeout here as the Lobos now in a hole trying to dig out of this one with 2nd and 23 from their own 42-yard line as the Cougar defense gets a break on a high snap over the quarterback's head.
And it didn't look like we had a big rush on. We were playing the run, but as the ball is rolling around back there, Cougars get back there to almost have a chance to
recover a fumble. And so the Cougars now, with a big advantage, they just cannot let a receiver get loose. And, man, this number 88 down here on the right, this kid is massive.
Yeah, and it looks like we got Gonzalez playing him one-on-one.
He makes Miller look like a midget.
And so wherever 88 is going, Gonzalez is going. So that's his matchup tonight. So we'll see if they take advantage of this.
So Little Elm now out of the tee. They'll put a man in motion across the set from left to right. Snap still a little bit high to catch him out in the flat. And he drops the football. So it'll bring up 3rd and 23 as Lobos now in a big hole have a big 3rd down coming up, and the Colony Cougar defense needs to tighten up their belts and put the hammer down on the Lobo offense squad as they're struggling now to make yardage against this Colony Cougar defense.
Yeah, they were trying to throw a little swing pass out in the flats, and receiver looked like he had the ball, but was taking off up the field before he actually caught the ball. Cougars was right there to make the tackle, though.
So Lobos will come out 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right out of the tee. And put the slot back in motion across the set. And the quarterback will step back in the pocket. He's under pressure. And, he's going to scramble out. And he is sacked for another 3-yard loss back to the Lobo 40. And are they saying that they're going to ding him for did he throw that football, Garnett?
No, I think they're just going to call it 4th down.
4th down and about, let's call it,
looks like about
10,
30,
20,
33, 32.
32 yards. 4th and 32 from
And
the Lobo 40.
That's what the Cougars needed.
And the Cougars now put a deep man back. That'll be Gonzalez as the return man. The punt is away, and Gonzalez is going to fair catch it at the 30-yard line. And the Colony Cougars take over 1st down, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line as the Cougar defense comes up on one play, a lot of pressure by the front line on the quarterback for a sack of about 4 or 5 yards. But the other on a wild snap over the quarterback's head cost him 13 yards and put the Lobos in too big a hole to overcome. So the Colony Cougars now will come out for their first offensive drive with 7:01 to go in the first quarter. The Lobos taking up lion's share of the time in the first quarter now, as Harrington will come out with Abdallah in the backfield, Miller, Price, and Perkins as the receivers. And who is our slot back? Baker at the slot back spot. It'll be Abdallah off the left side. Abdallah now showing his power as he brings it out to about the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the carry by Abdallah. They're going to spot it at the 36-yard line. I'll call it 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And the Cougars are going quick.
And the Cougars now are in a hurry-up offense as they'll put a man-in-motion jet back. It'll be a jet back sweep as he comes across the right. And Price almost picks up the 1st down, gets a carry of about 4 down to the Colony Cougar 33, 38-yard line. 3rd and 2 from that spot as the Colony Cougars still in a little bit of a hurry up. They'll put 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. With Abdallah in the backfield, Harrington in the shotgun. Snaps away. It'll hand off to Abdallah, who will power forward, trying to pick up that 1st down, and he does. Gets it across the down to the 41-yard line of the Colony Cougars. They'll move the chains. That'll be the Cougars' first down of the evening, and they'll pick up a big 1st down on the Abdallah 3-yard trot to pick up the 1st down, move the chains. As the Colony Cougars come out, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Harrington out of the shotgun, Abdallah to his left, and they'll take a pause and get a regroup from the sideline as they look over at the coaching staff. We'll have Perkins and Price to the right, Miller and Gonzalez to the left. Snaps back to Harrington. He steps back, 3-step drop, looks downfield, and almost catches Abdallah across the middle. It's batted down by number 2 of the Little Elm defense. Good heady defense by looks like an outside linebacker coming across to pick up Abdallah out of the backfield.
Yeah, Abdallah just sat down in that zone coverage there by the Lobos, sat down in the spot. Good reaction there by the Lobos defense.
So the Cougars now have 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Need to move the ball here. Same formation. They'll put twins on either side this time. Perkins and Price to the right. Gonzalez and Miller to the left. Out of the shotgun, Harrington takes the snap. He'll step back, quickly fires to the left.
Oh, there he goes.
And it's Gonzalez across the middle, and he catches the ball at about the Little Elm 40 and takes the reception down to the Little Elm 10-yard line. And then where are they going to mark this thing?
I don't know, because the ref was actually out of position. I don't think he knows where he wants to mark the ball.
He doesn't know where he wants to mark it. That's crazy.
He was inside of the 15.
He marked it at the 15.
The ref got caught out of position trying to avoid getting smashed.
1st and 10 from the 15. You're calling the Cougars pick up a big 1st down off the Gonzalez slant across the middle. Now they'll twin them up on the right. And it'll be Abdallah takes the handoff, and he powers through. He's going to pick up 5 or 6 on the carry. Let's see where they spot this one as Abdallah picks up, 5, but he falls forward. Where are they going to spot this thing?
Okay, thank you.
They'll spot it at the Colony Cougar 10. Abdallah picks up 5 on the carry. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line of Little Elm Lobos. Colony Cougars threatening to score here in their first drive as they come out now with a wing tee to the right, wide out to the left. Harrington out of the shotgun. Abdallah to his left. Harrington pausing now to get the play back into the offense. He'll step back now with the revamp play. out of the shotgun. He takes Abdallah to the right out of the wing tee. Abdallah got lots of blocking out there. What in the world's going on? Did they blow it
I
dead?
think they blew the whistle dead.
False start. Looks like the Cougars are going to get rung up on a false start. They're going to get another shot at second down. To be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. That'll cost them 5. I think it was Miller out here that got a little antsy out on the outside. He's way away from the ball, so it's probably hard to hear the count. As the Cougars now come up to the line of scrimmage, they'll go back to the wing tee. Abdallah to the right this time. Harrington out of the shotgun. And the snap is away. They'll hand it to Abdallah. He'll bounce out around the left side. He's got to fight for it now.
Oh, man.
And
He could've picked his feet up.
Abdallah's brought down at about the Colony Cougar 13. I mean, the Little Elm 13, pickup of about 2. Man, they gave him a horrible spot. There we go. They spot that ball at the 14-yard line. Pickup of 1. Be 3rd and 9. Colony Cougars knocking at the door here. Can they get the first down or score this thing? They come out 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, out of the shotgun. Harrington takes the snap, steps back, looks to the left. It's going to be
oh, they pushed him out of bounds.
Oh, that should have been an interference as Miller got pushed out of bounds by the defender. And the Colony Cougars will bring their field goal unit out on the field as Miller down deep in the end zone is literally pushed out of bounds by the defender, and there's no call on that.
I thought it was almost going to be intercepted, but it looks like I don't know what they wrestled.
So the Cougars will set up in the kick is up.
Oh yeah, good job.
And it is good as is that Albaron?
Yeah. Yes.
So Albaron puts 3 on the board by the Colony Cougars, putting up a 32-yard field goal as the Cougars go up 3-0 on the Little Elm Lobos with 3:27 to go in the first quarter. Your Colony Cougars take it almost the length of the field, a nice 70-yard drive to cap it off with a 30-yard field goal as Albaron puts it through the uprights, pretty much dead center with enough distance to almost get the Little Elm, and puts 3 on the board for your Cougars as they now lead the Lobos 3-0 with 3:27 to go. Both teams grouped up on the side. Garnett, that was a promising drive, but couldn't finish it off down the stretch.
Well, and the refs hosed them on a couple of spots there. The initial pass, I think it looked like they got inside the 10, but I think the ref was out of position and didn't know where to mark the ball. Then we had the false start. So, a couple of bad breaks there, but I think they still, a couple of better yards calls there. We could have got some more yardage to get in the end zone.
So the Cougars will come out now. Let's see what they're going to do on this kickoff. The first one was I thought dismal down to the 40-yard line. I mean, that's a pathetic.
I think that was a design kick. I think they were trying to catch the Lobos asleep there, but the up back was able to get back in time to catch the ball.
So the other thing I noticed tonight is we're back to 5 refs, not the 7.
Yeah.
So that's why the deep back.
So the Cougars.
Oh!
Cougars will try an onside kick. It's caught clean at the Lobo 46, and the Lobos will take over 1st and 10 from the spot of the catch. It looks like they're going to spot it at the 47-yard line of the Lobos. Lobos now again with great field position to start this second drive of the first quarter. 3:26 to play. They trail your Colony Cougars 3-0 as the Lobos now will take another stab at the Colony Cougar defense.
I don't think that's what the coaches wanted. I know what I know that I like the idea, but I think they wanted it a little bit deeper than what he actually kicked on that.
So the Cougars now defense stacking the box as the Lobos have been running the football. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and good second effort by the running back. But he's hit again by looks like an outside linebacker and dropped at the line of scrimmage. They're going to spot it back there, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Or did they give him a yard?
Really? I think they gave him a yard.
Wow.
I think his spin move pushed the ball forward. They marked the ball where they
whatever.
it goes forward. I think his spin move gave him a yard.
2nd and 9 as the Lobos come up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the right, short side of the field. Lone wide out to the left. They're going to put a man in motion to the wide side.
So they're coming back to the motion.
And the handoff is to the tailback. And oh my goodness, he is dropped by the left defensive end from the Colony Cougar defense, and they're going to lose about 5 on the play as the Lobos now working out of another hole with 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 12. Man, that was a generous spot.
That was.
Holy cow, they dropped him at about the 42. They spotted at the 45. It'll be 3rd and 12. And the Lobos will come out 2 wideouts to the short side, the right side of the field, from the right hash mark out of the T formation. Snap coming out, it snaps away, quarterback steps back, he's looking downfield under pressure.
Oh, there's the ball!
And the ball is loose, and rolls out of bounds, but the Colony Cougar defense was covering up this Lobo quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
And they'll have to punt this one away again as the Colony Cougar defense just swarmed the Little Elm quarterback.
Wow.
Did not have a prayer to throw this thing. And my guess is they're gonna call it in that arm was in motion to throw it.
I don't think he threw that. I think that was going to be a fumble, but the ball rolled out of bounds.
So the punt is up and away, and it's going to come down and take a Lobo bounce down to the. Oh man, get in the end zone.
Well, there's a penalty on the play because the Lobos didn't have enough people on the field. But when he snapped the ball, the Lobo person was outside running onto the field. So they're going to go back another 5 yards.
So the Lobos are going to get dinged for illegal formation. That'll cost them 5. That'll move them back. Still 4th down.
Yeah, somebody wasn't paying attention on the sideline over there.
So the Lobos now will be kicking from the from their own 40-yard line.
Illegal substitution.
Yeah.
So from the 40-yard line, it'll be 4th and 17. In the punt formation, the Cougars will set a man down around the 25-yard line, 27-yard line.
Let's see if we can get this one.
And just do not foul the punter. The punt is up, and it's going to take a Lobo bounce.
Oh, you got to get that one.
Oh, and it's field clean at the 15, up to the 20, 25. He's still on his feet down to the 28-yard line.
Good job.
And the Colony Cougars will take first down. Good return on the punt. And that'll be a Colony first down from the Colony Cougar 29-yard line. That could have been a whole lot worse, Garnett, as he fielded the ball on a single bounce right in front of a Lobo player coming downfield.
He had to because the way the ball was rolling.
I hear you.
It was gonna die inside the 10. So I like the gamble there.
Great heady play by Gonzalez, who was the deep man on that. So now the Cougars come out 2 wide out to the left, put a man in motion to the right. Snaps away. Harrington tries to get it out to Perkins on the flat. Good idea, but Perkins can't grab it before he goes out of bounds. And they'll come out a 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. As the Cougars now come out firing the football in the air as Harrington on the rollout to his right. Harrington with Abdallah to his left. He'll put 2 wideouts to the right, Perkins and Price, with Miller to the left wideout and Baker at the fullback spot. And Harrington now will move him into the backfield to the T formation. Snap is away. He'll hand it to Baker, who powers this thing up the field. Baker still on his feet down to about the 34-yard line, 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. I think they should spot a 34-yard line, so that'll be a pickup of about 5 for Baker.
Actually, that's Taylor.
Wasn't that Baker? Oh, it was Taylor.
Taylor that was.
Sorry, Taylor at the fullback spot, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 34-yard line. And the team looking now to the sideline to get a play with 12 seconds on the play clock. Harrington comes up in the shotgun. He'll step back, go to the flat, caught on the comeback route. Oh my goodness, this could be 6.
Get your blocker route.
You got Price coming down the field looking for blocks, and oh no, it looks like a video game out there. He gets it down to the Little Elm 30, jukes and jives, breaks back to his left, then spins to his right, back to the left hash mark, and takes it down to the Lobo 33-yard line, 8-yard line, as
I think you're going to get hosed out of a spot, at least a yard.
As Price looks like a video game player bouncing around down there. They'll put trips out to the right. one wide out to the left. They'll pause for the sideline look. Harrington out of the shotgun with Abdallah in the backfield with him to his right. Colony Cougars on the move with a big first down on the catch by by Price. Snap is away, and it's
Abdallah.
It's off to Abdallah down to the right side, off the hip of the right tackle, down to the Lobo. Looks like 17-yard line. Be another first down for the Colony Cougars as they are moving the football, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter as your Colony Cougars lead 3-0, but knocking at the door of the Little Elm Lobos as they are inside the gold zone and threatening to score again here to start off this second quarter. Colony Cougar offense now getting untracked and on the rails here as they have in the last 4 or 5 games, Garnett. Sputtered a little bit in the beginning, but are coming on strong now. Of course, the Lobos controlled the first 6 minutes of this ball game on that drive where they were running the football and managed to run some time off the clock, frankly.
And that's what teams try to do against the Cougars. You know, last week we played that game in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Little high school games are a little bit longer generally due to the amount of passing that occurs. But yeah, Lobos run a lot of time off in the first half. Cougars managed to get a field goal out of that, but stuttered there in the goal zone. They're here back now in the goal zone. Let's see if they can put some plays together and get in the end zone.
So the Colony Cougars now at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. Come up in the put trips out to the right, so wide out to the left on the numbers. Harrington out of the shotgun with Abdallah to his left, and they'll pause, get another play. They'll put Miller to the left as a lone wide out. On the short side, they'll put a whole host of guys: Gonzalez, Perkins, and Price. And
there's a hole
across the middle. It's a jet back sweep, and he'll take the ball down, probably pick up another first down, I'm thinking.
He's going to be maybe a yard short, or he's going to be right at the sticks.
Let's see what they say. They're going to mark him a yard short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
But I like that cut. That was a good cut. He was trying to get to the outside.
That was Gonzalez on the jet back sweep there.
Saw that the Lobos was flowing, saw the hole, and attacked the hole, put his foot in the ground, and got up the field.
They're going to bring 2 wide outs with a slot back, and they're going to hand it off to is that Abdallah?
No, that's Price.
Price up from the tailback spot. He'll carry it down to the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Colony Cougars as they pick up yet another first down, and got a horrible spot on that one.
Yeah, I thought he was down.
I thought he was down about the 2.
3 or 2, and they marked him back to the 4.
Spot the ball at the 4, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 4 as your Colony Cougars threatening to score now. They'll come out with Price at the tailback, Harrington still at the helm here, with Benny out on the field. They're going to hand it to Price. Price trying to get it around the corner. Oh, did he get it in?
No. It's going to be down right at the
He
goal
was
line.
stretching it out, but he doesn't quite get there, and they're going to put the tip of the ball right at the goal line here.
Yeah, and I don't like that because he's getting slung around and he can fumble that ball. We know what happened last week against that, so hold on to that ball, guys.
So it's be 2nd down and about the length of a football as the Cougars come up now. Man, you got to put Baker or somebody back there, let him just power this thing in. They bring Abdallah back in at the tailback, and Mora now at the fullback. You know darn good and well they're going to run this thing right in the backside of Mora and try to push it in. Snap is away. Abdallah breaks to the right and easily walks this thing in for 6 points as Abdallah puts the Colony Cougars on the board with a touchdown and makes it to pay dirt as he has a big hole to the right of his center and manages to walk this one in on the Little Elm Lobos. With 10:04 to go in the first half, your Colony Cougars now lead the Little Elm Lobos 9-0 as they start now to put the points on the board. The PAT on the field now, and that'll be Albaron trying to put this one up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good as Albaron threads the uprights once again for the PAT, And your Colony Cougars now lead 10-0 over the Little Elm Lobos here in Tommy Briggs Stadium, the Colony, Texas. Senior night here at the Colony. And these kids are fired up and starting to play like they're fired up now as Abdallah on the, I would say, the 3-hole run to the right as he takes it in and breaks to the right just as he gets through the line of scrimmage and walks this thing in for pay dirt from about the half a yard mark out there.
Well, you know, again, it's senior night. We got the big crowd here tonight. The carnival's in the background. The band is up playing. We got the spirit squad. We got the cheer squad. I mean, and a lot of people are seniors tonight. So, you know, just want to go out and play the ball game and do the best you can.
So the Colony Cougars now come out.
Couple of quick things. According to a message I just got, the next week's game will actually be here at Tommy Briggs Cougar Stadium.
Really?
Yeah, thought that was kind of interesting.
Wow. How's that for a neutral site?
What I'm seeing with Abdallah is he's
still
not
gentle
running,
to the knee.
well,
to the leg
he's
favoring.
running stronger than he has the last couple of weeks. They're still kicking it high.
Oh.
They're trying to catch that fumble. They're trying to catch a bad kick.
But
So
he's still not powering through those first contacts like he did early in the season.
Agreed. I think he's still got a tender knee on him, but he's making it happen. So
hey, man, he's a senior tonight. He's trying to play every minute he can. He's trying to get this team, you know, a district championship.
So the Lobos will catch the football, and the young man catching it ends up on his butt at the 32-yard line. They'll spot it at the 33. I guess when you catch it and slide back, it doesn't count. So Colony defense stacking the box now. The Lobos come out. It'll be a handoff around the left side as the tailback's got lots of room to run. He gets a block and does the absolute cardinal sin and runs outside his block and knocked out of bounds. They may pick up a first down, though, on that carry. Sure enough, they're going to move the chains. They're going to spot this ball at the
11 on
at
that.
the Lobo 44. A carry of 11 yards as the Lobos now will come back out in a kind of a modified I formation. And they're stacking all the backs in the backfield. Imagine a T set with an I back in the back of the quarterback with two wide outs on either side. And quarterback in the middle out of the shot. Oh, almost loses the snap. Quarterback on the run now as he'll get out of bounds at about the Colony Cougar 47-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 6 as the Lobos on the move now. Colony defense needs to step up and make a stop.
That was an interesting formation, but I don't think the quarterback knew who he was supposed to give the ball
Well,
to.
I think the problem was it almost went over his head and
threw off the timing.
He threw off the timing. He couldn't hand it to anybody. They'll come out on the standard slot back wing T formation. Quarterback out of the shotgun. Hand it to the tailback to the left. He'll run to the right, out around the right corner. He gets lots of room to run out on the Cougars. Takes it down to the Cougar 41-yard line. It'll be a first down by the Lobos as they're on the move now. And the Cougar defense back on their heels. They need to step up, wake up, and make the stop here, Garnett.
Yeah, definitely want to get a stop here. You don't want to give this Lobo team any chance of thinking that they can put points on the board.
9:13 to go in the half. Cougars lead 10-0 as the Lobos come out in another goofy formation with 4 backs in the backfield out of the shotgun. Quarterback looks to his left. He throws to the big man. He can't put a handle on it, and it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 42-yard line. As the Lobos, that's a goofy formation. Have you ever seen a formation like that? Kind of wastes the back there. He's set like 4 yards deep on his quarterback out of a T formation. They'll come out in a wing T now.
Unless they're trying to run a quick cross.
Almost a high snapping.
Oh, man, we missed him in the backfield.
No, they didn't. They caught him. Number 77 grabbed his thigh pad, threw him down on the ground. As the Colony Cougars now, they'll get a pickup of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the Cougar 41-yard line as the Lobos now in a hole. Big third down for the Lobos. Big third down stop for the Cougars here as the Lobos come out twins, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. They'll put a slot receiver a little outside the offensive end on the. They'll put him in motion now back to the short side. Oh, the ball's away. Quarterback in trouble.
He's in trouble.
And
yes, sir.
The Cougars will cover it up at about the Colony Cougar 48-yard line.
Let's see if they're going to punt this one.
And they're going to have to come out. It's fourth and 15 as the Lobos dig yet another hole for themselves. A lot of pressure by the Colony Cougar front. And the quarterback just flat dropped it under pressure, and the Cougars covered it up.
I think he took his eye off the ball. Looked like it was a good snap. Took his eye off the ball, looking at his target, and just dropped the ball.
And the Cougars will set 1 man deep, and the Lobos come out for the punt. Snaps away. Punt is up. It's a flat punt. It's going to be caught at the 30-yard line and run out of bounds at the 35. Colony Cougars will start first and 10. From their own, 25-yard line as the Cougar offense comes out, and a big defensive stop by the Colony Cougar defense with 7:24 to play in the first half. Your Cougars lead 10-0 on the move now here in the second quarter as the Lobos are stopped once again by the Colony Cougar defense and a lot of pressure on that front line.
Yeah, Cougars are doing a good job stunning, catching the Lobos. In the gaps they're trying to run to.
So the Cougars are going to put Miller to the left, Perkins and Price to the right with a T formation. They're going to hand it to Abdallah on the right side. Oh, he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up a yard by falling forward. Sure enough, he's going to pick up a yard. Be 2nd and 9 as Abdallah shoestringed at the line of scrimmage goes down, and the Colony Cougars will swap out.
Look like Moore and Gonzalez. And Nelson is coming out for Abdallah. And Price is going to the backfield, looks like.
Nope, Price is going out. They're going
to go empty.
So lone back in the backfield will be Harrington. They'll put wideouts across the board. Harrington, lots of time. Holy cow. He's going to run to his right. Oh! And it's incomplete to Gonzalez, who took a terrible hit to both thighs as he goes up in the air and lands on his face. Almost a late hit. Barnett. That was really close. And the Colony Cougars now have 3rd and 9 from their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, I think on that play they were trying to hit Price going down the middle of the field. And excellent blocking.
So 2 wideouts either side now. Harrington out of the shotgun. Abdallah back on the field. Harrington scrambling around. He's under pressure, and he's going to get dropped at the 22-yard line. So the Cougars are going to have to come out and punt this thing now as the Little Elm defensive squad makes it happen here with 6:25 to go in the half. Little Elm Lobos come up with 2 big stops on the Colony Cougars, and Cougars have got to punt this thing away, Garnett.
And Gonzalez has got to catch that ball. He's in the flat all by himself. He was just ready to run before he caught the ball. Put the Cougars behind the chains. That's what happens here. You got to punt the ball.
So the Cougar punter out on the field, punt squad ready to go, and man, oh man.
Let's hope we get a good punt here.
And the punt is kicked down the right side of the field.
Let's give it a roll.
Oh, and he kicks it out of bounds at the Colony Cougar 48-yard line. Horrible punt.
Yeah, he's got to turn and get that ball up the field so that you can get some roll out of it. He just kicked it and it went straight out of bounds. He didn't turn and get his leg into it.
So the Little Elm Lobos will have excellent field position now after the somewhat botched punt by the Cougars. They'll come out 1st and 10 from the Colony 46-yard line as the defense needs to come up big now with 5:49 to go in the half. Lobos, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, slot back to the right. Snap is away. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Oh, he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage hard by a middle linebacker. Stepped up in the hole, and I mean, that left a mark, Garnett. He should have got the license tag of that truck.
Yeah, I think he's slow getting up on
They're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to remember that one tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think they may take him out of the game. Nope.
He got.
They're going to leave him in. He said he wanted to stay in. Because they brought the backup quarterback in. He said, "No, I'm staying in."
So the
Let's see if they
Lobos come up the
put
line of
some more
scrimmage,
on
two
him.
wideouts to the right, one to the left.
Come on, Cougars.
Out of the they're gonna
Oh,
up quarterback keeper around the left. He'll pitch it out wide to
Oh.
the tailback, and he gets.
He quickly got rid of that ball.
He
He
got-
said, "I didn't want none of
Yeah,
that."
he didn't want no more of that, so he options it out to his tailback, who tries to get it up, didn't almost lost a yard on the
on the pitch
on the
back.
lateral.
Yeah, he said he ain't want no
So
more of
they'll
that.
take it down to the Cougar 41.
Because on that one, you're supposed to keep it to the last second. He was like,
It'll be-
I'm just going to get rid of
Be
it.
3rd and 4 as the Lobos come up now with the slot back to the right of the quarterback, tailback behind the quarterback. They're going to quarterback on the keeper again around the right side. He's going to make this thing happen himself tonight, I guess. And he's going to get the first down on this
he's
one.
going to be a yard short.
No, they're going to give him forward progress and move the chains.
No, they're holding up the fist.
So they're going to spot the ball at the Colony Cougar 37-yard line.
They're bringing the runners in, though.
Be 4th and 1. They're just going to power this thing. This is just going to be a show of power here against the Colony Cougars. As looks like what the Cougars call for timeout.
No, it looks like we got an injury on the field.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not good. Colony Cougar number 25. It's Derek Green. Linebacker. He's a outside linebacker.
He pointed to his shoulder to the coach when the trainer when he got there, and so that's what the trainer's looking at.
Looks like he's up and coming off under his own power. We'll see if he comes back in the game. And the Colony Cougars now, defense line comes up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to load the box up. You know they're going to run this thing. Wideouts on either side. Slot back to the left, tailback to behind the quarterback. Snap is away. It's to the tailback. He's going to bring it up.
Oh.
He'll get a pickup of about 2 for the first down to the Colony Cougar 35. They're going to move the chains. It'll be a Lobo first down.
That was a slow developing play. We didn't have any movement there on the line. Lobos did an excellent job holding us off, but just running back got just enough to get the first down.
4 minutes, clock running, 3:52 to go. 10-0, your Cougars lead the Lobos. Lobos threatening down on the Colony end of the field at the 35. Snaps high, but it's handed off to the tailback. He's going to get met in the hole by a host of Colony Cougars. Might be a pickup of 2 here from the 35 down to the Cougar 33, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the Lobos have switched quarterbacks again.
Be 2nd and 7. That's because that other quarterback's trying to figure out what planet he's on after that hit in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I'm checking.
But he's going
Looks like he's getting talked to over there on the sideline.
So the Lobos now come out. They'll put 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. They'll probably put the inside wide in motion. Nope, they're going to leave him up on the line of scrimmage, out of the shotgun. Put the wideout in motion this time, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle of the field. And man, there is just it's a scrum.
Yeah,
You can't even tell that there's a player in there. There's
just-
every player but 3 are in that pile. The wideouts and the quarterback are the only 3 players that were not in that pile. So the Little Elm Lobos will be 3rd and 8 from the Colony Cougar 33-yard line as they're starting to stutter a little bit now. With 2:33 to play in the half, trailing 10-0 against the Colony Cougars. Lobos come out 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right with a T set. Shotgun formation. And they're going to take a pause and look to the sideline. Clock running at 2:14.
There's a false start by the receiver here on the near side. I don't think he didn't know if he's supposed to go in motion or
So clock's
what
still
he's supposed to be on a formation.
Clock still running at 2 minutes. Lobos trail 10-0 with the ball stepped off 5 yards for the false start. Down to the Cougar now 38-yard line, 3rd and 13. As the Lobos come up, they'll put a man in motion to the right side of the set. And
Oh, good play there.
it's thrown across the middle, and it's batted down by 2 Colony Cougar secondary men. Heck of a play by the Colony Cougar defense, and the Lobos now back against the wall. 4th down and 13.
Looks like they're staying out on the field.
And I think
for
they're going to
offense.
go for it here.
Yeah, they were trying to hit the big receiver there, and Cougars did a good job with breaking on the ball. Had a man in the flat, but decided to go to the big guy.
So the Lobos now will come out. They'll put their big man out to the left. This kid's about 6'7". He's huge.
I mean, big.
And they'll put another wide out to the other side of the field. They'll split their tee now to the either side. Quarterback, lone man, he's going to go to the flat, and he's going to get run up. Oh!
Yeah.
And you know what? We just learned about the big man. He can catch the ball up high, but he can't run. And he brings the ball down. Even with the quarterback, probably lost a yard on the play.
He did.
And just got chopped down by our cornerback out there. I think, who was that? Gonzalez
That was
out there in
Gonzalez
the corner?
doing an excellent job.
Just chopped him down. And
Cougars with a minute 40 now.
minute 40 to score, 10-0 here in the first half.
And let's get the ball in the end zone,
Colony
guys.
Cougar first down from their own 41-yard line as the Cougars come out now, put trips out on the right, on the left, single out, wide out to the short side, right side of the field. On the short side, they're going to drop Perkins, and on the wide side, they're going to put Gonzalez, Miller, and Price. Snaps away. Harrington steps back, and across the middle, Price gets it, and he's trying to run. Price fighting for every yard. Maybe picked up 2 on the reception as he comes across the field, and Harrington dumps it off quick, and he's caught by a shoestring.
I like the play.
Picked up
but
2 on
Lobos kind of saw that coming.
Picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 43-yard line as the Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage.
If he breaks one tackle, he's taking it to the house.
Same set. Abdallah to the right this time. And Harrington steps back in the pocket, patient, downfield. And, oh my goodness.
They didn't see the ball.
It was tipped, and the Colony receivers did not see it, or they would have been to the house with 6 on a tip. And it's incomplete as the Colony Cougars now with a minute 3 to go in the half.
Wow.
3rd and 8 from their own 43-yard line. If they'd have just saw the football,
if they'd have
dropped right in front of them.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that's one of those ones you're like,
So the Cougars now come up to the line of scrimmage, 3 wide out to the left, 1 to the right. Abdallah in the backfield. Harrington takes the snap, steps back, looks to the left. He's going to throw it to Gonzalez, who's spun around and trying to make the first down. They ought to go for it here with 54 seconds
I think
to go.
you got to go for it.
He'll take it down to the 50-yard line, midfield. It'll be 4th and 1 as the Colony Cougars now try to figure out what to do as they take a timeout. First one of the half. 53 seconds to go. They lead 10-0 over the Lobos here just before halftime. 53 seconds to go, and
yeah, Gonzalez was close to breaking that tackle, just couldn't get out of the spin to pick up another yard for their first down. Got 9 out of it, just wasn't enough to get the first down. I'm thinking you go with the wide receiver screen here to Price and try to break him, because you know if he misses or he breaks one tackle, he has the potential to go to the house.
No, you do a jet motion and give it to Abdallah over the 3-hole.
Well, you can do that because Abdallah's been.
You got 1 yard.
Yeah, he can get your yard.
Put Baker or Mora in there to block for him. Is 1 yard, I'm telling you. Ain't gonna stop that combination. Cougars come out now. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. They'll put a slot back. That being Taylor at the slot back.
The box.
And here comes Abdallah. What'd I call it? I called it 3-hole. Abdallah picks up 5 on the carry. It'll be a Colony Cougar first down. They'll move the chains. 47 seconds to go in the half. Cougars pick up another first down on the move. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll spike it to stop the clock with 43 seconds. Why'd they do that? They got 2 timeouts. And Cougars now will rearrange here as they'll pull Taylor off the field, and they're going to put another receiver out there. So they're going to have Price,
so we got 3 down.
Perkins, and Gonzalez to the right, Miller to the left, Abdallah in the backfield with Harrington.
Trying to get the ball in the end zone.
Going to try to get this thing down the field, and Harrington rolls out to his right in pocket.
Oh,
and I think he got that one batted out of his hands when he was following through on the pass.
Yep.
Incomplete, as the Cougars now with 39 seconds to go in the half.
Outside linebacker put a rush on. They had him blocked up, but as Harrington steps up in the pocket, he waved his hand, and defender caught Mike as he's coming through the passing motion.
So the Cougars now come up to the line of scrimmage, 3 wideouts to the right. Harrington out of the shotgun, snaps away. It's a little low. Harrington fields it clean. Rolls out to his right. Nobody's open. Price breaks back to the inside of the field, and Harrington doesn't cue off that. Throws it wide out of bounds, and it'll be 33 seconds to go now. 3rd down.
I think it's 4th down.
I think it's 4th down too. 4th and 10. As the Cougars now, they need to put this thing in the end zone with 33 seconds to play. They need to, and they'll come out 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Abdallah in the backfield. Harrington out of the shotgun. They'll pause and take another look at it from the sideline. And Harrington now back in the shotgun. They'll put Price in motion across the set. Harrington steps back. Looking downfield. Rolls out. Gets. Can't quite get it to Abdallah in the grasp, and the Lobos will take over on downs from their own 43-yard line with 7 seconds to go. You know they're going to be trying to throw the home run here. The Lobos have 1 timeout, 27 seconds to go in the half, and the Colony Cougars come up empty. And they'll still lead, though, 10-0. With the Lobos' big 27 seconds to go in the half, we'll see if the Colony Cougar defense can shut them down again.
So yeah, now they got to protect the run up the middle, which has been key, and they also have to protect receivers from going deep over the top of you.
So the Colony Cougars come out now. Lobos twins to the left, and they'll put a man in motion to the right out of the standard formation. Quarterback under pressure.
Oh, my goodness.
Just missed him. And just missed him again, and he's going to get this one away and throw it out of bounds with 21 seconds to go.
We got a quarterback maybe down.
Did you notice that they stopped the clock before the ball went out of bounds, before the ref signaled to stop the clock? And that's our time clock guy. What's he thinking?
Yeah.
10-0, 21 seconds to go. Lobos 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
So does the clock stop when the ball hits the ground or when it goes out of bounds?
When it goes out of bounds. Well, when that referee waves his hands is when it's supposed to stop. They'll come out in the wing in the T formation, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. They'll put a man in motion to the left, and quarterback steps back to the flat. He gets the man, hooks up on the flat. He's scampering around. And he gets tackled at the Colony Cougar 48-yard line. 11 seconds, clock running, and the Lobos are going to...
They have 1 timeout left.
They take their timeout with 9 seconds to go. The Colony Cougars will come over, and they'll talk about it with your Colony Cougars leading 10-0 with 9 seconds to go in the first half. Lobos now pressing down on the Cougars, crossing midfield and short yardage here, but the bigger problem is the time clock. They're probably going to run 1 play. If they get the first down, they'll get another one off.
First down, come on, man. You got to work with me, man. You got to work with me. We're going to get a stop here, man. It's going to be Cougars ball. We're going to go in at halftime.
I'm just breathing reality here, Garnett.
Come on, man. Work with me.
They got to stack the box if they're going to stop that big boy in the backfield.
It's 3 yards. I'm going to say they're going to try to hit Big 88 over there.
They ain't going to hit Big Man. He can't run. He can't move.
He can't run.
He catches the football. He can't move.
Yeah, he got some size, but he can't.
He's like a baby giraffe out there. He's 8 feet tall, but he can't move.
Yeah, Cougars are doing a good job covering him up.
They are shutting him down. Gonzalez has got him covered like a wet blanket tonight.
Let's see if we can keep it up.
9 seconds to go out of the shotgun. Lobos come up the line of scrimmage. They're looking down the left. He's under pressure, and he is covered up as the Lobos get buried with. This one will go to the half as the Colony Cougars up 10-0 against the Little Elm Lobos here at Tommy Briggs Stadium. We got an early word that we're going to play the first round of the playoffs here at Tommy Briggs next week, which will be a first for the Cougars. And so we'll let you go. Listen to the bands at halftime. We'll see you back here in about 28 minutes.
Lots of work to do, fellas. Let's go get ready.
Enjoy the bands. We'll see you in a bit.
This week's squad of the week is Crystal Scott. Top 10 sergeants are Sergeant Sarah Van Horn, Sergeant Andrew Chevalier, Sergeant Jaylee Mendoza, Sergeant Maya Sanford, and Head Sergeant Trent Tate. Top 10 officers are Junior Lieutenant Crystal Cooper, Junior Lieutenant Nicole Green, Senior Lieutenant Ayana Gray, Senior First Lieutenant Melissa De Leon, and Senior Head Captain Abby Lawson. Tonight's podcast will be performing a kick routine to You Drop the Fly on Me. gentlemen, join Hopcats this holiday season for our first holiday spectacular to be held here at Quality High School at 7 p.m. on December 14th. Tickets are available at tchsHopcats.com. They're searching for something to say. Should they try to do some more? 25 or 6 to 4. $15 and long sleeve are $20. Each stone. Support the Cougars.
Yo.
Hola, senor.
All right.
If he does this, he's going to go to the carnival system eventually.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
So the Colony Cougars, and remember the Veterans Day activities tomorrow at 5 Star. Carnival going strong tonight. It'll be there tomorrow. Free concert in the evening. Lots of things going on at 5 Star tomorrow. I think 11 o'clock, the Veterans Memorial presentation will go on. So go out there, support the veterans, have a good time with your family. Good time to support all those causes and folks that sacrifice for our country. Getting ready now for the beginning of the second half. Your Colony Cougars lead 10-0 over the Little Elm Lobos, and the Cougars will be taking the football here in the third quarter as the Lobos will kick off. And Garnett, first half, a little lethargic, I thought, but hey, they kept it on the rails. They're up 10-0. Could be worse.
Yeah, and I thought, the way the possessions went in the first half, there wasn't a lot of, big plays. We had a couple to get in position to score. We scored on one of them, get the field goal on the other. Little Elm was trying to run the clock out to, minimize a lot of possessions in the game. So when we had the 2 minute, less than 2 minutes left, didn't put enough to put a ball in the end zone. But we'll see what happens in the second half as the Cougars get the ball to start out here.
So the teams are lined up. Lobos are going to put an onside one in play, and the Cougars will field it clean at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Your Colony Cougars will come out on the field and see if they can't put this one to the house for 6 points here in the third quarter of the second half, and we'll see what happens here as your Colony Cougars now getting ready to make their first stab at the Little Elm Lobos here in the second half of this ball game.
And they only got half the field to go. Little Elm came out, and both teams are trying to trade onside kicks here.
I guess.
And Cougars were Johnny on the spot, ready for that one.
So the Cougars come out 2 wide out to the right, put a man in motion across the set, and it'll be Abdallah across the left side. Abdallah got room to run, and he's off and scampering back, cuts back against the grain down to the Little Lobo 30-yard line as Abdallah picks up a big 20-yard gain.
20 yards on that one.
Big first down for the Colony Cougars as Abdallah makes a run off the left side, cuts back to the hash marks, and takes it down to the Lobo 30-yard line. Big run for Abdallah off that left side, caught the Lobos sleeping. And the Cougars will come out now punching them in the face as they take the football for 20 yards on the first carry. They'll look off to the sideline, put 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. From the left hash mark, Cougars will line up with what looks to be Gonzalez. They're putting Nelson in at the slot back here. And it'll be a handoff to Price as Price comes around the right side trying to find room to run. And they're not going to let him get around the edge as Price brought down at the Lobo 28, a pickup of 2. Let's see if they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Nope, they're going to give him 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Man, I hate these, man.
From the Lobo 29 as the Cougars now kind of stuttered a little bit on that first down in the second stanza here, and the Cougars now line up 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the short side of the field. Harrington out of the shotgun. He's got and it's thrown out to the flat, incomplete as
Gonzalez was coming back to the ball. Upman didn't get his block on, and the defensive back was able to come through and knock the ball away from Gonzalez as he was just about to catch the ball at the point of attack.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Big third down for the Cougars now.
Yeah.
As they're trying to move this football. 10:44 to go in the third quarter. Cougars up 10-0 at the Lobo 29-yard line. And they're taking the play call in from the sideline as Harrington now out of the shotgun. They'll put 2 wideouts either side of the ball with the slot back to the right. Harrington takes the shotgun snap, steps up in the pocket. He's got a little bit of room to scramble. He lets one fly. It's caught.
Get up the field. Get up the field.
Caught by Gonzalez at the Lobo 19 or 18. That'll be enough to move the chains as the Colony Cougars pick up a first down. And that was a great catch by a comeback route for Gonzalez as Harrington hits him on the run and picks up a first down. Big pickup of 12.
And good movement there by Harrington in the pocket, able to step up and slide step a little bit there. under some pressure and delivered a nice pass there to Gonzalez sitting in the hole in the zone defense.
So the Cougars now, Harrington steps back in the pocket, fires it off to the short man.
Hits Mora.
Oh, he's got, and Mora takes it down to the 4-yard line as he's tripped up, and oh man, he's upset. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. And oh my goodness, Mora almost takes this thing in. Yep, streams up. As the Colony Cougars now on the move.
Wow, and he was about to walk in. Turf Monster just reached up and grabbed him.
Oh, and it's Price off to the right side, and Price is going to take it to the house. Pay dirt as Price put 6 on the board. Colony Cougars up 16-0 with 9:33 to go in the 3rd. And the Colony Cougars now.
JR, you're on the field. Stay on the field for the kickoff or for the extra point. And back to 1. Back to 1.
And so the Colony Cougars now bring their PAT out on the field.
And that's what we want to see from the Cougars. All right, Cameron Sargent with the hold. And Auburn with the kick. And Cougars are now up 17-0 over the Lobos of Little Elm. And that's a great start coming out at halftime by the Cougars, putting pressure immediately on Little Elm Lobos and marching down with a big run by Abdallah. Harrington, key pass play on 3rd down to Gonzalez. Moore taking it down just outside the end zone, and then Price putting it in for your touchdown.
So the Colony Cougars now put another 7 on the board, lead the Lobos 17-0 with 9:33 to play. And the Cougars now trying to lengthen this lead out on the Lobos. Defense needs to come out with a big stand here, Garnett.
Well, and that's the way to come out and talk after halftime. You know, we talked about them putting points on the board just before halftime. Missed that opportunity, but then come out right here and put points on the board. Very good job by the Cougars. Now let's come out with our defense, smash them in the face, and get our offense back the ball.
Price had a really nice clearing block out there on the right edge. I don't know who that was, but it was nice. And on the jet back motion, he takes that thing down the right side easily to the house. And the kick is away, and it's down to the Lobo 30 where it's caught. And he's going to try to return this thing, and he's cut down at the Lobo 37-yard line as the Lobos now take over 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line as your Colony Cougars up on the Lobos 17-0 here at Tommy Briggs Stadium in the Colony, Texas. Final regular season game as your Colony Cougars are fighting to win this thing outright in the district. They don't want to be by-district champs with Lone Star in Frisco. So Lobos having to win this game to have an opportunity to get to the playoffs. And the Lobos now on the field as they'll take it, hand it off. And the quarterback keeper to the right side, he's got room to scamper, takes it out, picks up about 5 yards on the carry. They're probably going to mark him for 6. This reffing squad is something else. And nope, they're going to give him 5. They're going to give him 6. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 from the Lobo 43-yard line as the Lobos on a nice option quarterback keeper around the right side has plenty of room to run.
Yep. And
the Colony Cougars did a fair job of containing. So the Lobos now come up out of the T formation, 2 wide out to the right, 1 to the left. Big man to the left in the Lobos, and they're going to hand it to the tailback on the right side. He's going to scamper around, maybe picked up a yard. I don't know, though, Garnett. If he picked up a yard, it was because he fell forward, and they didn't mark it where his knees hit. But nope, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to be 3rd and 4 as the Lobos now stuttering just a little bit here on offense with a big stop by the Colony Cougar defense.
Yeah, that was a big push up front by Don and Marcus there.
So the Lobos now come out there. They're trying to figure out a solution for this Colony Cougar defense, which, by the way, hasn't been super outstanding tonight, but been okay.
Look like we got a penalty here. Let's see. I missed it.
I did too.
So
I got-
was it after the play?
I guess it was. Maybe there was too much smack talking going on. I don't know. They talked to the Little Elm coach. Let's see what it's going to be. They're going to mark it off 5 yards against the Little Elm Lobos. It'll be 3rd and 9 now from the Lobo 38-yard line.
Is that a sideline warning?
Was it? Maybe. Well, but if it was a warning, they wouldn't have got rung up on the first run of that. I don't know. Didn't see the signal to the sideline either. Lobos will come out wide out to the left, 2 wide outs to the right, slot back to the left. It'll be a quarterback option. Oh, he'll cut short to the inside. And he gets it around down to the 38, and he's brought down by the Colony Cougars.
Yeah.
And he got it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and 9 as the Lobos are stopped in their tracks by the Colony Cougar defense.
Yeah, and he wanted no part of that run. That's the same quarterback that was in there earlier.
Let me tell you something, Garnett. He has still got the middle linebacker's face mask tattooed on his chest.
Yes, he wanted no part of that run.
And
you can tell the way he was running.
Yeah, that boy took a thump there in the second quarter. 7:21 clock running. Colony Cougars lead 17-0. Lobos punting from their own 25. And the punt is up and away, and it looks to be good. It looks like a wounded duck coming down.
Clear,
it gets
clear.
a nice Lobo bounce, and Lobos will down it at the Colony Cougar 31-yard line.
Yep.
As your Colony Cougars now, first down, will get ready to take another stab at the Lobos here.
Yeah, Cougars did their job out there after the Cougars offense came out, put a quick 6 on the board. And that's traditionally what the Cougars usually do. So now let's see, with the Cougars defense getting that quick stop, if the Cougars offense come out, put another quick 6 on the board, and basically put this game away.
Well, I won't say it's put away.
But they can
we're a 3-possession game
really
right
take
now.
control of this ball game.
They will definitely take control of it with another score here. 3-possession ball game on the part of the
and Little Elm has shown no part of trying to get a ball in the end zone.
The Cougars with Baker in the backfield now. Oh, it'll be a motion sweep as it's off to Price. Price off to scampering. He's cutting back. Looks like a video game. Back to the right side. He's got lots of room to run. And he'll be pushed out of bounds at the Lobo 41-yard line. How are they going to mark that at the 43?
Because the ref is
Oh, my gosh. That ref needs to keep up with play.
Oh, and we got a sideline scrummage here as the ref comes in. And that's the quarterback that's coming in. They're having to break him away from the sideline.
Wow.
And Rangel is on the field talking.
Somebody should tell that quarterback that the place you don't want to pick a fight is on the other team's bench.
On the team's sideline. Now, Rangel
not just the sideline, the bench.
Yes.
So the Lobos now come up in the defensive set. Colony Cougars in the T. Harrington out of the formation. They'll put 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. And Harrington now will take the snap. Snaps away. He's going to hand it to Taylor, and Taylor will spin around and pick up 1 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the from the Lobo 42-yard line.
All we want to do, guys, is keep our heads, play smart Cougar football,
and the Cougars
and keep smashing them in the face.
Cougars will put Perkins and Gonzalez to the right side.
We need no personal fouls.
They'll
guys.
put Miller wide out to the left, and Taylor at the fullback spot. Who's 17?
That's Baker.
Baker at the tailback. They'll give Baker the call again.
Goes.
Out
He's
around
fresh.
the left side. Baker picks up another 4 on the carry, it looks like. They'll probably spot it at the 40. Nope, they're going to give it down to the 39, so Baker will pick up 4. It'll be 3rd and about 6 as the Cougars come up the line of scrimmage from the left hash mark. They're going to put Perkins and Price on the right side of the set. They'll put Miller to the short side at the numbers on the left side. They'll move Taylor to the slot back left side and Baker to the right of Harrington out of the shotgun. They'll put Price in motion now, and snap is away. Harrington looking for the flat man, and he just flat ditches it right in front of Price. No chance to catch it.
Yep, didn't have a chance to catch it.
And the Cougars punt squad will have to come out now as they'll have to punt this thing away to the Lobos. Lobos hold the Cougars with only 1 first down, and the Cougars now with 5:36 to go in the third quarter lead 17-0 over the Little Elm Lobos here. And the game, quite frankly, has been pretty event-free in terms of personal fouls tonight, knock on wood. as both teams have kind of minded their manners here. Out of the punt now, the Cougars will set up. The snap is back. Punt is away. Barely got it off, and it gets a big bounce.
Catch it, catch it, catch it.
And the Cougars are going to down this thing on about the 2-yard line. And sure enough,
Yes,
they're going to down it at the 1.
Yes,
so the
sir.
Little Elm Lobos are digging out of a big hole as they get 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line on a great Cougar bounce off of a rugby scrum punt down the right side of the field. And the Colony Cougar defense now with the upper hand on this Lobo offense. Lobos have been caught in the last 3 plays behind the line of scrimmage, Garnett. That's 2 points if this happens right now.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
So the Colony Cougar, I need to load up the box here and bring the heat to this Lobo offense.
Yeah, I'd man up on 88 because you know that's their only option there, and I'd send everybody in.
So the Lobos will set the big man to the short side on the right, and they'll put 2 wide outs on the goal line out to the right, big man to the left with a tailback and a wingback in the backfield. They'll hand it to the tailback. Oh, and he gets a big hole out to the 6-yard line, but he is leveled by number 17. That's Baker, I believe. Calvin Baker gets a big hit on the tailback at the 6-yard line. A pickup of about 5 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the Colony 6 as the Little Elm Lobos opened up a big hole. That could have been much worse if Baker hadn't slid down the L2 line and put a hit on that tailback. And now the Lobos will come up in the same set. Snap is away, and they're going to hand it to the tailback who tries to make it up the middle of the field. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage down to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 6.
Yep, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Cougars for the Lobos 6-yard line.
And this is where you want to hold them.
4:32 and clock running as the Colony Cougar defense needs a big stop here in the Lobo end of the field and make them punt out of the back of their end zone. Lobos come up to the field. They'll twin up on the right side wide at the numbers. Big man to the left, and the Little Elm Lobos will look to the flat, and it's thrown and caught for a first down at the Colony Cougar 17. Just what we were talking about in the pregame, Garnett, playing soft in the pass recovery coverage, and they're able to connect up across the middle on that soft coverage.
Well, and what they do is they line them up like that so you can't get a clean, so that one of them can get a clean release off, and he breaks the inside, and he has the edge on that defensive back when he breaks inside like that, and it was an easy pitch and catch there.
So they'll line up twins out to the right, lone wide out to the left, and they're going to look to that same play. They're going to rip it
there you
across.
go! Oh, yes, sir!
Did he catch it?
Intercepted, baby!
Oh, and the Colony Cougars intercept it with a big catch. Acrobatic move by who was that? Was that Simmons?
And there's a flag down after the play.
Was that Simmons that caught that ball?
I think so, but I think the interception counts, though. I think the flag is after the penalty. Is after the interception.
For unsportsmanlike conduct, probably.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be. I think the flag is gonna be on Little Elm.
You think? I think it might be on the Cougars for celebrating.
No. There was some ruckus going on.
Oh, it was?
With the receiver and the DB down here on the 35 here.
So a acrobatic move in the middle of the field, brought down at the 20-yard line, intercepted by the Colony Cougars. We got a referee caucus going on out in the middle of the field.
Why is Little Elm ref in the middle of that decision down there? He needs to be out the field.
What in the world?
You can't call it. You can't have a penalty right here with the ref with the head coach in the middle of the field.
They just invited Rangel to the party. So now we got everybody out in the middle of the field. I guess the coaches make up the other 2 refs that we don't have here tonight. Oh, man. So somebody might get ejected.
Oh, Little Elm is ejected. Yep, it was that receiver.
Oh,
yeah, but it was after the interception.
So Little Elm's going to get an ejection for throwing a punch, personal foul. That's going to move this thing 15 yards in the direction of the Lobos. That's going to put them down, be half the distance to the goal. So since they're inside the 20, right? Are they not going to move it? Got to move the football, fellas. Can't throw a kid out of the ball game and leave it sitting there.
Yeah.
Got to move the rock.
Coach is going to get that kid to say, dude, you got to go to the showers early.
So they're going to march this one off half the distance to the goal. That'll be 9 yards. That'll take it down to the Lobo 11. Oh, they take it down to the 9-yard line. That was a generous spot. So
Yeah.
it'll be first and goal for the Colony Cougars at the Lobo 9 as the Lobos come uncorked after the interception, and the Colony will line up trips on the left, single wide out to the right. Price in the backfield.
That was number 5 of Little Elm.
I'm sorry, Abdallah in the backfield at the tailback spot. Harrington in the quarterback. Snap is away. They're going to hand it to Abdallah around the right side.
Gone.
Oh, and he
He's
gets
gone. Push him in.
He gets hit from the back down to the Lobo 2.5-yard line as Abdallah gets caught up in traffic, and he takes it down to the 2.5-yard line. It'll be second and goal from the 2.5 as the Colony Cougars will pull Gonzalez off the field and Moore off the field. They'll put Taylor in at the fullback spot. They'll leave Abdallah in at the tailback. And Harrington, my guess is Abdallah and Baker are going to try to bruise this thing in. Out of the T formation, it's snapped back. It's Baker who gets, Taylor who gets the call. He's stacked up. They're trying to scrum it in.
He's
I think he got it in, but let's see what they call. Nope, they're going to call it dead at the 1, looks like.
I don't think we were set before he snapped the ball. I think Mikey was he was a little bit hurried to get that ball snapped away, and everybody wasn't set. Yep, everybody wasn't set.
And they pulled Taylor's helmet off, so he'll have to come off the field.
Yeah, he needed to wait another half second before he snapped that ball.
So the Cougars are going to take a false start here. That'll push them back 5 yards, back to the Lobos 7.
You got to make sure everybody's set on that. I know you want to go quick because you're right there at the goal line, but you got to make sure everybody's set.
So that'll put them at 2nd and 7. So second and goal from the 7.
This sets up nice, though. This is going to probably be that jet sweep.
Well, it'll open up the defense a little bit because they've got room to work now. They'll come out 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, slot back to the left, put the jet in motion.
There you go. That's what I said. But he's
jet motion's covered up, man, oh man, and Price is trying to make a go of it, but just can't do it. They're going to lose another 3 yards on the play, maybe 4.
Okay, and that's what I was saying. If you know that jet sweep is coming, you know people have studied that. So what do you come back with?
No, what you do there is you fake the pitch and you let Mikey run it naked out around the right. Because that whole defense was going right on that. Mikey's wide. They had 20 yards of green on the right side of the field.
Or you do your double.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, that's what I would have did was my double right there.
So the Colony Cougars now 3rd and 13 from the 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line.
So let's see if we come out here. Let's see.
I think they're going to throw Miller in the corner.
Yeah, because we got
Miller on the short side, one-on-one. It's a matchup, and here we go. Harrington.
Come on, Mikey.
And Harrington's going to let it rip, and he'll throw it out of bounds.
I don't know if it got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Nope, they're going to call him for intentional grounding.
Yeah, I didn't think it got back to the line of scrimmage.
Mikey, you got to throw that thing downfield, my friend. So the Cougars will take another 5 yards in the shorts, and Harrington not getting this ball back to the line of scrimmage on an intentional grounding.
Well, and Miller's got to get a better release on that. He's singled up one-on-one. He's an athlete. He's got to get up the field so Mikey can throw that ball. And what happened was Mikey had to bring the ball back down because Miller wasn't in his route.
Yep.
He didn't get a clean release to get in his route.
So the Cougars will have 4th and goal from the 13. They'll mark off another 5, so it'll be from the 18, it looks like, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I'm thinking you might have to – wait, are they going to do it at where he threw the ball?
What?
So
what in the world?
Cougars may have to go for this here because it's kind of outside of field goal range.
Put your guy out there. Kick a field goal. Come on, Alberon. Let's put a foot in it, baby.
Yeah, I think I'd go for it too.
So they're gonna try to kick a field goal here. I'm thinking.
No, they're gonna go for it. I think Mikey put his helmet back on. Yeah, they're putting the A squad out there. Yeah, that hurt. But see, that goes back to the jet sweep play. If we see it up here, you know Lobos know it's coming. That's why you sell that jet sweep, but you come back with something different on it. Yeah, and that referee is standing right there at the yard line. And the way Mikey threw the ball, I knew it didn't cross the goal line. I mean, it didn't cross the line of scrimmage because that ref is standing right there, and the ball went right behind the ref.
Yep.
And when he signals that nope, it didn't come back here, and if he's still in the pocket, that ref is just going to pull his flag out and throw it, and that's what happened on that play. So the Cougars leading 17-0, 2:18 left in the third quarter. What do you do here? Little long for a field goal. Too short to punt. Ah. So Cougars bring the offense back out on the field. Harrington with the snap back. Looking. Under pressure. Rolls out. Throw it.
Oh,
It's intercepted on a dead run. Oh. And he did all he could to buy time, but nobody was able to get open there. Another flag comes out here at the end of the play. Let's see if this is going to be a personal foul as well. Cougars got to keep our heads here now. This game is not over with. We don't want to get anybody taken out of the game. As the Lobos coach is trying to plead his case over there, let's hope. We got a couple of refs with their hats off, flags on the field. So let's see. Could be a big call here. Both coaches are out on the field. Rangel is all the way out to the logo. And he walks off and shakes his head. So this could be a big penalty. Either way, I believe the interception is going to count. So we had illegal contact. We had a personal foul. So let's see where we see. They're going to march off 15. So they're marking off 2 personal fouls. So after the interception, there was 2 personal foul calls against the Cougars there. So Cougars get 30 yards of penalties. That takes the ball all the way down to the Lobos' 16-yard line. Uh-oh. Oh. And as the Cougars go, the one person you can't let go does a Lobos gets their first touchdown as the pass is caught by number 88 of the Lobos. So now the score becomes 17-6 after the 30 yards and penalties. Lobos on for the extra point. Back for the snap, and the kick is good. So now your score becomes Cougars 17, Lobos 7. After the Cougars had the ball at the 3-yard line, couple of mishaps, and then the interception, and then 30 yards in penalties, and the next thing you know, the Cougars are now 17-7, still on top. All right, so the Lobos are back on for the kickoff after that turn of events, getting on the scoreboard. Cougar still with a minute 47 left in the third quarter. Have to look for this onside kick here. You know that's what the Lobos are looking to do. Another pooch kick. Let's see. And Cougars are going to run it out. Gonzalez with the tackle. Cougars will take the ball over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. With a minute 40 left in the third quarter. And that's the one thing you want to do is not give the Lobos any sign of life. You want to. So now what the Cougars need to do is take this ball, run their offense, and try to get this ball in the end zone. So Cougars come out 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Mikey out on the snap with the motion ball is handed off to Abdallah. Ooh, and Abdallah is tackled quickly at the 32-yard line. Cougars got to do something to get some holes in this offense. Cougars will quickly come up to the line. They take a pause here, take a look at the sideline, get one final play call. Moore is in at the slot. Miller is down to the left. Price with the catch down the field. And it's taken down at the 42-yard line. 1st down, Cougars. Big strike by Mikey Harrington on the pass and reception by Price.
And that Lobo thought he was going to reach over and grab that ball.
Yeah.
He came up with empty hands.
Came up with empty as Price snatches the ball out of the air between 2 Lobo defenders. And now Baker's in the game for Abdallah. Baker splits the middle of the offensive line down 10 yards and a 1st down by the
And we come up on the end of the third quarter. Cougars leading 17-7.
And as the Cougars start the fourth quarter, still in the lead, leading the Lobos 17-7. Handoff to Baker on the left side with a gain of about 6 yards on the play there. Abdallah now back into the lineup as Baker comes off. Cougars are now 2nd and 5 at the Lobo 27-yard line. Handoff to Abdallah off the right side. Abdallah cuts up the middle, cuts left, and is down at the 16-yard line. First down, Cougars. With the clock running, with 11:06 left in the ball game, Cougars are on the move here, trying to put the ball in the end zone. Cougars will take a pause in the action, get the final play from the coaches on the sideline, and the Cougars will adjust, send two. Handoff to Abdallah. Abdallah cuts up the middle. Big hole by the Cougars offensive line. Keep you cool. Abdallah comes up. Oh, the chest bumping. Cougars, Lobos wants to chest bump back. Keep you cool. Keep you cool. Now, this is what we say what's going to happen, but the Cougars have got to keep their cool. Oh, now penalty comes up as the Lobos wouldn't stop talking to the ref. The ref pulls out a flag as the Lobos keep talking to the refs. So now the Lobos coach comes all the way off the bench to the middle of the field to talk to the referee. He's asking, come on. So now he wants to get an understanding from the ref. Now, Coach Rangel calls the players over to talk to the whole Colony Cougars team.
I just don't understand why that referee is shooing Rangel off, but he's not doing the same to Little Elm.
Oh, yeah, he's talking. I mean, let him come
he'll
all
have
the way out on the
conversation.
field, not just to his hash marks, but all the way over to the Cougars hash mark to get a conversation going.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct on Little Elm.
Yeah, you saw that coming.
Yeah, well, I did. He just signaled. The referee just signaled.
About time.
For the internet, too, huh?
Man, what the heck?
So it's going to be half the distance to the goal and a first down. It's funny, we've had a few of these refs before. There's 2 or 3 of them that I recognize that we've actually seen.
Yeah. Did it not? So after both teams kind of get a talking to about their coaches.
Boy. So here we go, right? Colony Cougars down at the Lobo, 10-yard line? No, 6-yard line. First and goal from the 5. First and goal from the 5.
Yeah, they're right at the 5-yard line, looks like. Or the 4.
First and goal from the 5 as the Cougars now on a
wait. They're still talking
on a stupid turn.
Well,
of
now you got the Lobos.
No, now you got the receiver and the DB talking smack before the play. Man, keep your mouth shut, fellas. Let's go. Colony Cougars now out of the shotgun. Now they're going to pause and look over the sideline.
Get one final play from the ref.
Harrington sets up in the shotgun. Snap is away. He's going to hand it to number 14. He's busted at the line of scrimmage. He'll come down. They're going to say he lost a yard. And they'll move him back. It'll be second and goal from the 6.
Yeah, that was Simmons on the carry there. So Baker comes into the game now.
Wade Simmons. Now Baker's going to give it a go. as the Cougars now just trying to brute force this thing for 6 yards. Harrington out of the shotgun. They're going to look again. They got Gonzalez and Price to the right. Miller to the left. They'll move Baker to the right. Baker gets the call.
Oh.
He's jammed up at the 5 and nailed at the 5-yard line by the whole defense of Little Elm. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 5.
I think they're
going to give him 2 yards on the carry. What the heck?
They're going to push him back to the 9.
That'll put him to the 9, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 9. 3rd and goal from the 9. As the Cougars now struggling to put this thing in.
Yeah, we got to push this in the end zone.
Got to push this in. Oh, my goodness. The front line's got to suck it up here with 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Colony Cougars now knocking at the door here of Little Elm, leading 17-7, but this thing is not over, fellas. 8 minutes to play, clock running. As now they're going to take a timeout, I'm hoping. Timeout Cougars with 8:50 to go in the ball game, leading 17-7. Cougars trying to find a solution here for these Little Elm Lobos that are just bowing up here in a nickel defense right at the goal line.
Yeah, we've had 2 chances here. We had the interception earlier by Harrington as he was trying to extend the play as long as he can. Just couldn't find anybody, and the ball ends up in the Lobos' hands, and he runs it back to about the 40-yard line. Then you get your 30 yards in penalties. So Lobos Lobos are trying to fight for a playoff position. Cougars are trying to fight for become outright district champs here for the first time in a long time for this school. So this is an important ball game for both schools here tonight.
Well, Little Elm takes an L here. Their district chances are dashed. So it comes down to, do the Lobos get a shot at a district playoff game, a berth here with a win, or do the Cougars go home as the sole champions of the district?
And we need to do some work. We got some work to do here.
They definitely have some work to do here. They've got to get this done.
You think we're in 4-down territory here? Third and goal at the 9? Little Elm hadn't shown any signs to move the ball down the field, although they did get a touchdown, but that was because of all the penalties.
So Little Elm comes out now. Colony Cougars spread them out on the wide side. 3 wide outs there. Lone man at the top of the screen. Here we go. It's a floater to the end zone. And
it's caught.
Miller goes up and brings it down, and it's a touchdown. Your Colony Cougars score with 8:44 to go as Miller, as he's done all year.
There's a penalty on the field.
Brings one down. You know there's going to be laundry someplace. This part of the game, both teams need to keep their mouths shut.
It's offsides against the Lobos. So they would have got another shot at it anyways.
And Baker now is going to get tossed.
Oh, my. Wait. Keep your head, guys. Keep your heads. Okay, so offsides against Lobos, and it's declined. So the touchdown do count.
Touchdown counts. You're calling the Cougars up 23-7 with 8:44 to go. And, oh, my goodness, the Colony Cougars have got to keep their composure here late in the 4th quarter. In this ball game, this thing could turn south quick if both teams get unloaded here. They'll line up for the PAT. Alberon out on the field as the kicker. And here comes the snap. Nobody blocking on the right side. Alberon takes the kick.
Woo.
And it's up, and he puts it through on the right side barely. I thought it was going to hit that right upright.
I thought it was too.
Oh, my gosh. Alberon trying to bounce one off the upright, but squeaks it by for the PAT. So the Cougars up now 24-7 with 8:44 to go. And that was a close call, my friends, as the Cougars throw one up under double coverage, and Miller goes up top and brings it down right at the edge of the goal on the left side.
Yeah, nice pass. But you know what? Mikey didn't throw it to him.
Exactly.
He had to go up and get it.
Amen. And we talked about it before the game.
And when he goes up and get it, it was a nice pass. The way it was going to go out of bounds.
Look, you got to treat it like an alley-oop to him. He's down there playing basketball with an egg-shaped one.
Okay. Yeah. So it was a nice pass, and Gonzalez goes up and gets the ball out of the air.
Not sure how he pulled that one off, but he did. So Gonzalez makes a heck of an acrobatic catch, and
but that's what the Cougars needed. You know,
No two ways
the
about it.
emotions are about to fly here. So Cougars needed that touchdown just to get some momentum back from the previous series there.
And
And here's the pooch kick. As the Lobos catches it instead of fair catch, he should and he should have fair caught that one. Good coverage there by the Cougars defense. As the Lobos did not fair catch this time, but had nowhere to go with the ball, and they would take over first down on the 36-yard line. 37-yard lines. Looks like the refs don't know where they want to mark the ball at. 30, so we'll say 37-yard line.
we're on.
Lobos take the ball. Oh, he throws the ball, and there is nobody there. Where's he throwing the ball to?
To the back judge, evidently.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think the receiver knew what route he was supposed to run on that one. He was supposed to look like the quarterback was throwing the post, and he was running a slant across the field.
That's okay. We'll take that.
What I do see from that is that quarterback actually does have an arm when he can get it. So, you know, the Cougars need to be aware of that.
Well, when he has time, but the Cougars
Right,
haven't
right.
given him any time, and that's the key.
That time he had time.
And the receiver just didn't run the right route.
So the Lobos
Oh.
out of the shotgun. Oh, it's keeper up the middle of the field. Oh, and he is smacked hard by about a half a dozen Cougars at the line of scrimmage. Oh, man, that quarterback is going to need some ibuprofen after this game. That's the second time he's been mauled by the defense tonight. And, wow, that kid, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what planet he's on right now. And he'll come back out. He's a tough one, though. He'll line back up for round two. And out of the shotgun, snaps away. He takes it back, steps back in the pocket, lets one fly to the outside. Oh, and
it
it's
was
just almost caught by Gonzalez on the right side. He goes up, just can't put a handle on it. The secondary of the Cougar defense this game is just trying to get down the field with the football before they get it in their hands.
Well, he just caught the touchdown, so you know he can catch.
Well, you know what? He didn't catch that one.
Well, it was a little high and outside.
He had it in his sights. He was trying to run before he put a handle on it.
Well, he ran the route better than the receiver
He did. No two ways about that.
I'll tell you that.
So the Lobos will come out, three wide out to the right, one to the left, out of the shotgun. Quarterback lines up, tailback to his left. Snap is away. He's under a lot of pressure. And he is mugged with the tailback. Both of them tackled at the Colony Cougar 28-yard line as the Cougars just mauled the quarterback for the third time tonight. And the Lobos are going to have to go out on downs here as they'll move the chains, and the Colony Cougars will come out and start trying to put some distance between them and the Little Elm Lobos. 24-7, your Colony Cougars up with 7:38 to go. They'll take over 1st and 10 from the Lobo 30 as the Colony Cougar defense has woken up and has come to play football here at Tommy Briggs Stadium in the Colony, Texas, mauling the quarterback 2 plays in a row, and this young man is wondering where in the world his front line went on him.
Well, and they put tremendous rush on him, and by the time they met him when the ball was there.
Cougars out in the shotgun, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. They'll put Baker in the backfield at the tailback spot. Taylor at the fullback, and here comes Baker. He gets a slot and gets a crack down to the 25-yard line. A 5-yard carry by Baker off the left side in a big block by Taylor from the slot back position to clear out that end and give Baker a little room to run there. Not much, but just enough.
I think that's Simmons in there, 14.
Is that Simmons?
Yeah, they got Simmons in.
They got Simmons in at the
They're spreading the wealth around tonight.
They are spreading the wealth. So Simmons with Taylor still at the fullback spot, but Taylor had one heck of a block in that last play, and he'll line up in the right side slot this time. They'll move Simmons to the right side. They got Nelson in on the wide
I
side.
just throw him a little hitch.
And we're going to get a false start on the Colony Cougars. Dadgummit. So that's going to move them back 5 as the Cougars now will be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. And now the Little Elm coaching staff out there trying to referee this ball game, they need to get off the field. That's a penalty, folks, if you stay out there. The whole coaching staff, we got about 8 coaches from Little Elm on the field now, as they can't seem to figure out where the sideline is. And the Colony Cougars now putting some pressure on the Little Elm defense. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the false start. They'll come up. Not Nelson. I wish they'd throw Nelson the football, let that young man catch it.
Well, I would have
watch him scamper.
Yeah, I would have seen. I mean, just because the defense is playing so far back off of him.
They ain't even
Just
playing. They ain't even playing Nelson.
Throw him a little hitch right here.
So here we go. Oh, and they fake the hitch, and looky there.
Simmons
breaks through. And he
man.
tripped up at the 7-yard line as Simmons takes it down. They're going to mark it at the 8, and the Colony Cougars will pick up a first down.
Oh my goodness! I thought he was going to break it one more tackle and get in the end zone.
Simmons with 2 spin moves to the left and breaks it to the left hash mark, almost gets it down into the pay dirt, and he tripped up at the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8 is where they spot it. And we got 6 minutes to go here in this ball game. Cougars lead 24-7, trying to break this thing wide open. And they've got Simmons at the tailback spot, Harrington at the quarterback, and Taylor at the fullback. And Simmons, here he goes. He's caught up in traffic. He'll get maybe a yard on the carry down to the 7.
Yeah, I think they're just going to give him a yard on that. Oh, there's a flag
there
again.
goes the flag again.
Oh, somebody got laid out.
Oh, man.
And the ref threw his flag. There's a Cougar down.
That's a Cougar down.
Wow.
Man, he got thumped.
Yes, he did. That was
That is
unsportsmanlike.
no good.
He's got to be gone.
A Little Elm player thumped the crud out of a Colony Cougar, number 72. He took a beating on that one after the play. Oh, my goodness. That was Brandon Traciak. And
Terziak.
oh, my gosh, that kid came out of nowhere and ear-holed him. Holy cow. And Traciak now is trying to figure out what planet he's on with a little bit of laundry near his head.
And you definitely don't want to see any injuries, especially.
And the Little Elm coach out at midfield talking to the referees at the 7-yard line. What in the world?
Because this could impact you going into the playoffs.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
Don't want any injuries.
This is horrible. Man, this kid, they got him sitting up now, which is a good sign, but I'm telling you, he took a lick down there.
He got ear-holed.
Wow.
And it was way after the play.
It was way after. The teams were almost starting to go back to their huddle. Unbelievable. Holy cow. They're still trying to figure out how to get this young man up off the ground.
He's got to be thrown out of the game.
He's sitting there, but man, oh man, he got thumped. That was horrible. And now he's coming off under his own power, but I guarantee you he's seeing about 4 or whatever's in front of him. Man, he got slapped, and that's not a tiny dude there, man. He's a big young man. What do you think he comes in at? He probably 250, 260. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's huge.
And man, oh man, let's see what the call is. Are they going to pick up the flag and call it good? What in the world? Are you kidding me?
No. They already moved the ball.
Yeah, they marked the yards.
He already marked the
All right, they marked it off half the distance to the goal.
First down.
Goal from not from the 8, from the 4. Cougars line up. Oh, now we got number 29 in the pack, Jesse Hightower. Let's see if Hightower can put this thing in the end zone. He'll be a senior. Here goes Jesse Hightower. Jesse Hightower for 6 points as he takes it up the middle of the field, and he'll put 6 on the board here at senior night. Good job, Hightower, as he brings this one right up the middle of the field. And that'll put another 6 on the board for the Cougars. 30-7 as the Colony Cougars lead the Little Elm Lobos. They're starting to break this thing open with 5:17 to go in the ball game. And Jesse had a hole big enough to drive a bus through on that one.
Oh my goodness! You think they were upset at that last play? They just drove the Little Elm Lobos out of this town.
Well, and this is something new for the Colony Cougar coaching staff. They don't typically put this much faith in their seniors on senior night. They've started playing these kids halfway through the third quarter here, Garnett. I don't know if you recognize that, but halfway through the third quarter, we got seniors on the field, and they are doing an outstanding job. No, I know it's the fourth quarter now, but he started putting them out there in the third. Still put them out there. So the Cougars now busting this thing open against Little Elm. Seniors on the field getting the job done. 31-7 as your Cougars lead with 5:17 to play in the ball game. And Garnett, they're making this hard on Lobos to have a shot at the playoffs here tonight.
Well, unless some other teams lose, they're going to be sitting home waiting for the next sport to happen.
Well, no, I don't think it's other teams winning. I think the Lobos, in order to have a shot, had to win tonight.
Did they?
Yeah. So out of the three that were 3-3, you
What
got to
other
win.
teams?
You got to win your ball game to have a shot.
Unless they lose as well. Or with 2, 3, and 3s playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to have to win to have a shot, or I guess
Or
if all
somebody,
three,
one of the 3 and 3s.
I guess if all three of them lose,
Yeah.
they're going down.
Well, I think 2 of them were playing each other.
Oh, okay.
So somebody's going to end up being 3 and 4 as well.
There you go.
So then it's going to come down to points and stuff like that.
So the Cougars line up for the kickoff. The Lobos, things looking bleak for the Lobos here at Tommy Briggs Stadium in the Colony, Texas. Your Cougars now up 31-7 with 5:17 to play in the ball game as Hightower on the 4-yard scamper right up the middle of the field.
And what a beautiful scene out here tonight. Lots of fans out here. I know it's cold. It's a nice November night. You got the Veterans Day fair in the background with all the lights. Just a nice night to be out. Your senior night, all the seniors from the football team, from the cheerleaders, from the band, from your spirit squad, all got to come out tonight and celebrate. And what a heck of a football game.
Cougars will line up now. Kick is away, and it's up and caught at the 33-yard line of the Lobos. Oh, and he gets loose. Is he going to run it back? Oh, no, and he's brought down by a shoestring at the 50-yard line. They'll probably spot it at midfield, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Little Elm Lobos at the 50-yard line. Man, Garnett, he breaks that shoestring tackle, and it's him and the kicker.
Yeah, he's off.
He's off to the races.
But luckily the Cougars were able to stay in their lanes, and once he broke the first wall, there were still some Cougars defenders left back there to make the tackle.
So the Cougars now looking good, and 5 minutes ago as the Lobos come up to the line of scrimmage. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, short side of the field from the left hash mark. Out of the shotgun, tailback to his left of the quarterback. Snap is back. Quarterback looks to his right. Oh, we're going to get a false start somewhere. Sure enough, it's going to be 1st down and 15 from the Lobo 45 as the Lobos will take a 5-yard hickey on a false start. And it'll be 5:07 to go in the ball game. Your Colony Cougars up 31-7 over Little Elm. And so far, the refs have been able to keep this thing under wraps with a flurry of personal fouls earlier in the ball game. Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage, stacking the box, 3 wideouts to the right. Quarterback will be looking to the right. It's thrown out to the flat, caught, and he's running. Jukes to the left, and the whole Colony defense, save one player, the free safety, does not get in on the pile. Everyone else is there gang tackling, and he'll go down at the Colony Cougar 46-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 6 from the 46 of the Colony Cougars. Lobos come up the line of scrimmage from the right hash mark. Wide out to the left, 3 wideouts to the right. They'll likely put the furthest wide out in motion back to the left set. Nope, they leave him out there. They'll go to the flat again. He's caught, breaks back against the grain. He'll pick up a 1st down to the Colony Cougar 38-yard line. As the Lobos are on the move with 4:23 to go, trailing your Colony Cougars 31-7. Lobos taking this thing down the field now on the Colony Cougar defense. I suspect we've got a host of seniors out there on defense right now playing their last football game of their high school career, many of them, here at home, and they'll come out. They'll bring their big boy out to the short side, 3 wideouts to the left, out of the shotgun. Lobos will take. Oh, it's a high snap, almost loses it. takes it to the big man on the right, and he's going to catch this thing, and again, can't get out of his own way. Stopped at the 30-yard line, about where he caught it, gets mauled by 3 or 4 defenders, and brought down, chopped down like a tree as he falls at the 30, and picks up a gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the Cougar. Man, they spot that at the 31. How is that possible?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, my goodness. So he'll get a reception of 9, so it'll be 2nd and 1 from the Cougar 29-yard line as the Cougar defense comes up to the line of scrimmage. The Little Elm Lobos now trying to figure out a play here from the sideline. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage, 3 wide out to the left, 1 to the right. From the right hash mark, out of the shotgun, snaps away. He looks to his left, and there he is out in the flat, caught at the 25. Scampers up to about the 18, and he's brought down by several Cougar defenders at that spot. They'll move the chains. It'll be a first down by the Lobos. They still trail 31-7 with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Colony Cougar defense just trying to stay clean here as they get down the home stretch. 2:59 clock running as the Lobos have 3 timeouts remaining. Not sure it does them any good at this point with trailing the Cougars 31-7 as the Lobos now put 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, quarterback out of the shotgun, tailback to his left from the left hash mark. Snap is away and high, under pressure, throws it out to the flat. It's caught. He'll be brought down at about the Cougar 15. It'll be a pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 15 as the Lobos are able to move the football now. 31-7, your Cougars lead. 2:26 to go in the ball game here in Tommy Briggs Stadium. Colony Cougars look like they're going to come up big here on senior night and close this season out with a big win against the Little Elm Lobos. And what's the penalty here?
Looks like we got holding or blocking the back. Personal foul.
Personal foul, Lobos. That's going to push them back 15. That's good news for the Colony Cougar defense. And that'll bring them back to the Cougar 30-yard line.
And it was a dead ball, which means the play counted. Then they mark it back.
Dead ball foul. So the Colony Cougar defense is going to love life now with 2nd and 21.
No, 1st and 22.
Should be 2nd and 22.
Well,
Snap is away. They're going to look down the field to the left side. He's open. And, it's going to be picked off by the Cougars.
Running back.
And here we go. The defender's on the move. He's out to the 20, the 25. Cuts to the inside, and he's still on the move to the 40, 45, 50-yard line. Goes out of bounds.
Who's that?
And the Colony Cougars, who is that masked man who brought that thing down and ran up the sideline? And that's number
2.
Number 80. Number 80.
Hayden Shum.
Hayden Shum comes up with a big
Hayden
interception and takes that thing down to the 50-yard line. Wow, as the Cougars come alive on defense. 2:03 to go in the ball game, leading 31-7. Your Cougars tearing it up right now and taking the fight to the Little Elm Lobos here on senior night. And they're going to mark it back, say he stepped out of bounds at the 44.
That's big, though. Hayden's a senior on the team, getting a shot to play, get some playing time, and was
seniors are getting it done.
Stand with his man and got a nice interception.
They're going to bring Hightower out. They're going to sit out Harrington now and bring on number 7, Tyler Geiswhite at the quarterback spot. Geiswhite takes the snap, hands it to Hightower, takes a stutter. Hightower's going to pick up about 2 on the carry down to the Colony 46-yard line, looks like. Might spot it at the 47. Let's see what they do here. And they're going to spot it at the 47, so he'll pick up a carry of 3 as Hightower has to fight his way for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 from the Colony Cougar 47-yard line. With 1:44 clock running, Cougars up 31-7, waiting for the play from the sideline.
Yeah.
And Geiswhite in at the quarterback spot. He'll take the snap. Hightower to his right. And the snap is away. Geiswhite will keep the ball. Geiswhite looks to the right. He takes off running.
There you go.
Oh, and he fights it, picks up a carry of about 3 or 4 on it. Nice job, Geiswhite, as he takes it past midfield to the Little Elm 49-yard line. It'll be third and about, let's call it 4, as Geiswhite picks up a hard-fought 3. A minute 4, clock running, 31-7. Your Cougars out front of the Little Elm Lobos. Play clock at 19 with 55 seconds.
And all you do is keep it running.
Need to move the chains here just for good measure, as they'll let this thing run down. Geiswhite will take the snap. He'll put man in motion. Oh, it's a jet sweep to Nelson, as Nelson now will get thumped, and that's 37. That'll put 37 seconds, and that'll be the ball game here as the Colony Cougars now.
They don't have to snap the ball.
Don't have to snap the football. They'll run this one out, as your Cougars are going to take the season closer against the Little Elm Lobos here in Tommy Briggs Stadium. 31-7, big win, perfect record in district. They go 7-0 down the stretch after on an 8-win streak after the loss to Lone Star and the Colony to Reedy, and down the stretch, close it out perfect, as your Colony Cougars are looking strong as they head into the playoffs next week. Looks like here at Tommy Briggs Stadium, 7 o'clock, you need to come out and support your Cougars in the first round of the playoffs here at Tommy Briggs Stadium, as they are now the sole district champions here in the district, and no opportunity for Frisco schools to catch them this season. And the Colony Cougars now will close this one out against Little Elm. 31-7, Cougars on senior night come up big down the stretch here against the Lobos, amidst a couple of fist fights, a couple of ejections on the Lobos side of the field, and the Cougars look good, Garnett.
Yeah, they look good. Came out and dominated the second half of this ball game. You know, one miscue and some cheap shots along the way, but overall I thought the Cougars played very well tonight and showed why they were district champs in this 5A division.
So the Cougars look good, and wow, first time in a long time they've gone undefeated in district, and
the one loss, they had their chance. They just didn't finish the ball game against Frisco Reedy. So
absolutely.
Overall, a good football season. Now, what you do, you don't forget it. You know you had a good season, but now you got the opportunity to improve on it and go a long way in the playoffs.
So the Cougars now have to turn their attention to the next week's ball game, first round of the playoffs, and have to prepare for that. None of the rest of it matters, but they'll close out the regular season this year 9-1, one of the best seasons they've had in many years, as your Cougars now coming over to the sideline to celebrate with their classmates. Good job to the seniors tonight when they got in the ball game. We're able to close this thing out with some authority, put some points on the board, picked off an interception. Seniors did the job tonight, guys, down the stretch, and the Cougars come up big. I'll close out tonight with we'll let you listen to the fight song, school song, and let these kids celebrate a little bit. I'm Jeff Green with Garnett Powell in the booth. We'll see you next week. Wes Bledsoe on the boards producing this mess. J.R. Anguiano in the booth camera, and Kevin Kimball down the field.
Come on, man.
As he was one of the guys freezing his tail off tonight, giving you some close-ups. So we'll let you enjoy the celebration of the team. Remember Veterans Day tomorrow, celebration at 5 Star. They got the carnival going tonight. They'll be there tomorrow, free concerts, presentation of veterans at the Veteran Memorial at 11 o'clock, I think. And it'll be a good day at 5 Star. So if you don't have anything else to do, you want something to do with your family, bring them out to 5 Star and have fun with the kids. We'll see you next week here at Tommy Briggs Stadium, first round of the playoffs. Be here, celebrate the Cougar win for the season, and help them support them through the playoffs. Congratulations, Cougars, on a big win tonight against Little Elm Lobos. We'll sign out, and we'll see you next week.